Hello, friends. I'm Leah Firehart. I'm running a little late for various reasons, most of which had to do with Fortnite, but you know how things go. Fortnite, and then deciding to do my hair, and then having a minor freak out with my camera, and then not having actually published the recipe because I forgot to do that. So, you know what? It's fine. This week is fine. We're doing fine. Everything is fine. Hi, I'm Leah Fireheart. This is the Fire Kitchen. Today, I am joined by my husband and moderator, Grognard Gourmand, who is in fact already home. Actually, he would be anyway, but usually he would be out walking the dog about this time, and he's not. He took the day off to go to a doctor's appointment, so he's here. Speaking of the dog, this is Chester. Chester thinks he has a shot at getting Pop Rocks. You can really only see the hind end of Chester, but Chester still thinks he's getting Pop Rocks. He's quite wrong. Right. Hi. Okay, hold on. Let me scroll up and say hi to people before we get too far into all of this. I see someone selling kidneys. Please don't sell kidneys. I'm not. We actually had a long discussion about the ethics of selling body parts at one point, and let's just not today. Xantos, hello. Jane, hi. Grog, hi. Dirtle, hi. Playing some BG2. We'll join in a while. Okay, thank you. It's good to see you, Dirtle. Thanks for checking in. Alice, hello. Vix, hi. I don't send me food. We have sufficient food. I forgot to turn that off. Kaylee, hello and hi. Thank you for that resubscription. I appreciate you so much. Gurecki, hello. Candy sounds dandy. We'll see. I've never done this before and I don't know if it's gonna work, so we're gonna find out together. Corey says, "Come on, Charlie, let's go to Candy Mountain." I don't know about that. Mother of Penguins, hi! Look at y'all with your bricks. Your funny bricks by your name. I'm so pleased. Gorecki says, "Corey, no, you're after my kidney." That was what I was reacting to. I help. What? Grog says, "I'll see you all coming fall at the Big Rock." You guys all apparently know what this is, and I don't. What? You just wait until all these eagles have finished with my liver? And it's all yours. I'm so confused. So confused. Eagles, Gandalf, Corey is Zeus opting out. Hi, Arcadia, save me. What's happening here? Soft-boiled eggs?
Hot behind.
Resend the rest. Wait, what? Hold on. Let me scroll down. I'm not there yet. Kaylee's letting Chester lick donuts. Please don't do that. Some random geek. Hi, hello. Sorry for that random message this morning. I was like, I saw some random geek like briefly during one of my streams last week, but like there was like a lot of work going on, and I'm just gonna check in real quick with them and make sure that they're good. And it appears that they're good, so that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Or at least here. Which is also great. Jane says, "Can't be worse than the smoothie I just exploded all over my kitchen." You're all right. All right. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're all right. All right is probably the best any of us could ask for right now. Jane, I'm sorry you exploded a smoothie all over your kitchen. Can we can you and I have a sit down about beverages and your kitchen floor? It seems like we might need to develop strategies or something for avoiding beverages all over your kitchen floor. Mother of Penguins says they're two different references. Well, thank you for trying to help me. Big Rock Candy Mountain is an old song. Yes, Big Rock Candy Mountain is an old song. I know that they sing that in Oh Brother Where Art Thou. So that's a start. Grecki says Promethean Fire Kitchen. I don't know that it's Promethean. I don't think it's the first Fire Kitchen. Some random geek says, work is interesting now. I don't want what I'm doing. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. That's very frustrating. Work is important. It shouldn't be everything, right? Like work isn't everything, especially not the work you do for other people, but like your work in the world is important. And when that's frustrating, it upends a lot of things. And so I'm sorry to hear that that's not a great thing for you right now, because because even if we do what we're doing because we got to eat, um it's still an important thing, and when it sucks, it takes a lot of things with it. So I'm sorry to hear that that's not a great thing at the moment. Oh, Jesus, yes, please. I'm glad you're good. Actually, the second time I've soaked my floor today. First time was while I was trying to wash the litter boxes. I'm sorry to hear that, Jane, but I'm also a little bit amused. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sing that, Grog. I'm sorry. If you want that sung, you're gonna have to sing it yourself. No, I will, but I gotta catch up with chat first. What happened to it? Hold on a second. Give me a second.
It ran out of ink. I had to put a new ink cartridge.
Okay. I'm not going to be able to probably print it then, because I always have to restart it after we start the ink cartridge, so I might have to just do it from the web. Okay. Some random geek says, I don't know what I'm doing. Some random geek says, I'm also an anti-work anarcho-syndicalist. Yes, I know, but what I mean isn't so much your work. I don't mean like the thing that gives you money so that you can eat. I mean your work, your existence in this world as a being that does things. Because sometimes the job that pays the bills, or the things that we're forced to do because of we need to continue to exist, enable us to do other things that are closer to what is satisfying to us as human beings. Koreki says, opting into that mess and explaining it beautifully. I help. Okay. Corey says, I think it's the Charlie part that Leah hasn't seen from that equation. Probably. Jane says, what are friends for if you can't laugh at each other's minor suffering? That's fair. What did you do a thing? You did a thing. Grog made it work. I don't know how he did that, because I can't ever do it without rebooting the computer. So Grog's a wizard of printers. Now Alice is singing along. Corey says, if we aren't laughing, it's crying, and laughing is more fun. That is true. Vic says, yeah, you're calling. Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's funny because people have different like vocabulary for this, right? Like people have different vocabulary for this. And it's one of the things that I actually kind of had to struggle with over the course of the kind of latter part of last fall / early part of the winter. And I don't know that I necessarily want to go down that entire road today. Holy hell, we were just going to make pop rocks. I mean, come on, is there anything more trivial than pop rocks? But like, I don't know, at some point we could maybe have that conversation, because it's an interesting conversation, right? It's kind of like, how do you conceive of and maybe there is no reason for your existence, and that's totally fine. Like if that's a thing that works for the way that you conceive of yourself and you conceive of the world, then absolutely more power to you. It's just not the way that I think. And so like in terms of like what is my greater purpose in the world? I'm not going to go into all the details, so I can already feel myself starting to blush. But yeah, like there's your job, and then there's your work in the world. And for me, those two things are separate, right? Or can be separate. That's what I'm saying. Let's see. Opting out says, you're her IRL friend. Possibly time for a Clockwork Orange style viewing intervention. I mean, we've got movie night. Is it a movie? Vic says, my wife has that exact belt. I notice because I care. Are you serious? This exact belt? That's wild. Also, I want it in like every color, because look at how flattering that is. Like, isn't it? I just love this. I bought it to go with another dress, but I think it actually works with this one too. I think it's terrific. It's only the first. It's only supposed to be the first page. It's only supposed to be the first page. Hold on a second. You guys are talking too much, and I can't follow. Hold on a second. I gotta scroll up. Okay. Corey says it's on the list now. Okay, so whatever's on the list now, just I think can VIPs throw a remind me? I can't remember. Maybe VIPs can throw a remind me. Tell me what movie it is, and we'll add it to the list for movie night. Jane says, going to be lurky. Both work and life or dumpster fires today are taking a ton of my attention, but I'll be off before you end probably, and I'll be listening. Okay, thank you, Jane. I'm sorry everything's a dumpster fire today. But I'm glad to have you lurking, and thank you for doing that. Okay. Blib blib blib. Blib 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 blib. Okay, some random geek says we do things to satisfy ourselves. I mean, I think we do, don't we? Like, don't you care for comrades as an extension of some kind of function in the world? Gareki says pop rocks are delightful, and I had no idea it might be possible to make them at home. I can't wait. We're just gonna have to see. Alice says it's an old Flash video, only a few minutes longer. Okay. Some random geek says, why am I here? As in on this planet. I just happened to be here because my parents had sex. I'm a historical accident. All right, that's fair. Vic says hers is also black. This one's navy blue, but opting out says I didn't have kids so that I can conserve every bit of my time and energy to make dad jokes in your chat. That is my purpose. What? Candy Mountain Clockwork Orange is quite a movie. Alice says, remind me we're going to Candy Mountain. All right, everybody's reminding me that we're going to Candy Mountain. Okay, Kaylee is going to lurk to play some games while meds are working a bit. Excellent. Enjoy your games. Vic says, I love Clockwork. Knew my wife was the one who didn't have to when I didn't have to explain what was going on. That's fair. That is fair. Opting out says I didn't care for it. The book was good, but I've never liked Kubrick movies for reasons, I guess. Arcadia's getting banned by Twitch. That's what I thought, Vix. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was trying to think that one through, and I was like, I think, is he colorblind? He might be colorblind. He says we're all acts of historical boning. Yeah. Alpine, hi, hello. Lurk until I realize how little I'm focusing on work. So happy to be here with y'all, though. So happy you're here. Thanks for coming. Xantos is Candy Mountain Charlie. Alice Clockwork Orange is one of my favorite books. Corey said I knew my choice to not breed had more side effects. Night Captain Andrew, hi. I don't even know. I'm just reading everything. I have no idea what any of this means. I've never seen any of the things they're talking about. I'm just hi. Some random geek says Stanley Kubrick learned to crawl and crawl into his own asshole and stayed there. We have differing opinions on this subject, as it turns out. That much I can parse. Arcadia says the book is better, in my opinion. The movie is visually iconic, but takes too many liberties with the plot for me. Vic says Kubrick would have been an interesting dinner date for sure. Would have asked him why he was such a prick to Shelley Duvall. Corey says no kids equals more. I think it might be self-contained. Yeah, self-contained dad jokes. Alice says the movie would be so much better if they included the 21st chapter. And Arcadia says it ruins the whole thing for me. Okay, and now I'm caught up. I am caught up. I win. I win chat for today. Who wins? Leah wins. Leah also needs water. Hi, Des. How are things going? You popped in at the very end of Fortnite, and then we were engaged in some fairly intense battles. And I didn't get to ask you how you're doing. How are you doing? You good? How's the kiddos? Right. So today, at the very least, we're going to be making Pop Rocks. I also have, wait, hold on a second. First of all, I gotta find my tape. I also have, a special Leah treat because in Pop Rocks adjacent news, Oreos have decided to, thank you Arcadia, perfect, right on cue, decided to make these things. Oreo Space Dunk cookies that have blue and pink marshmallow cream in them, cosmic
boner pit
cream in them, Thaddeus high, with popping candy. And then my friend my friend, okay, wait, good says all good, just a bit sleepy and congested. Minnie just means to be good, at least acting like she's fine. Okay, good. Opting out says catching up with all the readings while not actually figuring out quite what's going on. Sounds like an undergrad to me. Uh-huh, exactly. Opting out says Leah got her undergrad in chat. Leah got her undergrad in international law. And you can see just how much I've done with that. Those are Arcadia. Those are cursed cookies. I have no idea how these are going to be. I have no clue. They're by Oreos. They are. That's exactly it, Alice. Vix says the marketing on those cookies is above and beyond. I want to eat it just based on the packaging. Yeah, Des says I'm going to need some of those. Yes. Above and beyond. Yes, Vix has also made a dad joke. Probably not on purpose. Maybe on purpose. I don't know. Vix is a pretty funny guy. Arcady says I did law at school, too, and I've never used it. Alice says I've gotten popping candy Oreos before. They weren't bad, really. Speaking of Vix being a funny guy, Vix is currently in the process of playing through. What are you playing through on your YouTube channel, Vix? I can never remember the name of the game, but it's ancient, and I think ancient. It's kind of a retro game, and I think some of you folks might have some nostalgia for it, because when I was in Discord and watching Vix play this with a couple of other people kept stumbling in and going, "Oh my God, you're playing whatever it was," and they were like all about it. Opting out says, have you violated any international treaties today? No. Degree paying for itself right there. Exactly. The greatest noob ever. Hi, how are you? Welcome to here. Vic says nothing now, but I was going to do Metal Gear Solid 2. I mean, Shadow of the Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus is what I was talking about. Weren't you going to do a Let's Play of that? Thaddeus says in Korea, their Baskin Robbins had unicorn ice cream, which had Pop Rocks in it. I can't figure out how you'd make Pop Rocks in something that's essentially wet. Like, wouldn't it set off the popping? I'm confused. How do Pop Rocks work anyway? I guess we're going to figure it out. Some random geek says, oh, Vix, you were in a Toby 1 Shinobi video as well, right? Yes. Has been, I think, a definite Vixtifer of the car combat Toby 1 Shinobi video is in my chat. Helped with a couple of, there's more than one. I have not been up on my YouTube lately. I've just been so totally overwhelmed with other things. Jane says I've rimmed a glass with Pop Rocks for a cocktail once. It was a lot of fun for my mouth. I mean, I think that's the deal with Pop Rocks, right? Fun for your mouth. Mother of Penguin says they put them in Oreo ice cream too. Oh, in Oreo cream too. You know, well, it's the thing, right? Like, but Oreo cream is like basically vegetable shortening, right? Isn't it basically vegetable shortening? Like it's oil. Like it's congealed. This is so appetizing, right? I think Oreo cream is basically vegetable shortening. So I think that basically makes it congealed oil and not a lot of wet, like more oily than wet. Alice is when me and Snar went to the Alice means Snow. Went to the punk rock flea market. They got a pop rock milkshake at Shake Shack. Really? I didn't know you could do that. Some random geeks is making sure you're the same Vix. Yeah. I haven't seen all of Toby's videos lately either. That Thaddeus is a sugar coating or add when it's extremely cold and not letting it thaw, or just unicorn magic. It's 100% unicorn magic, and unicorns can do anything. Vic says I haven't played Fortnite since the last time I played with you. I've been slacking hard while waiting for all the parts of my new PC. Yeah, well, you know what? Today we kicked some serious heckin' booty in Fortnite. I think we played 6 games and won 4 of them. It was like, wait, what? Who are we? And how did we manage this? Actually, so we had... we were playing with our friend Jim Bitty Bim Bim today. And Jim is also a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. And Jim wants to make sure that he gets all of the Snake stuff, right? And so Jim was playing with us today. And as it turns out, maybe Jim is a magical unicorn, because we won so many games. Grog says back in the 80s, there was a brief moral panic about kids mixing Pop Rocks into soda and drinking it. It was the 80s version of Tide Pods. Okay, look, I did that and it just wasn't that interesting. They kind of congeal on the bottom of the soda and they don't really do anything. It's not like they just explode you. Corey says, you make Pop Rocks, I'll make cotton candy, and then we'll make the most confusing mouth snack. Hi, Andy. Hi, how are you? I'm all right. I'm doing okay. We're hanging in there. It's been a little bit of a rough couple of weeks, and this week is not necessarily any easier, but we're hanging in there. We're here. We're upright and not crying. Is that what we say? We're upright and not crying. So we're good. Yes. Jim Biddy Bim Bim. Exactly. I had just gotten that out of my head and I wasn't actually insisting on the clap in my head. So thank you for that, you guys. Victor says, love to hear it. Leah's training fight club soon to commence. Yes. Arcadia says, I might need Jim as a magical unicorn as a sound bomb. Okay, we'll give you a nice clean version, okay? Jim is a magical unicorn. How about that? You guys can clip that. Vic says, except it wasn't lethal. Vic Geek says, does Jim play a lot of Fork Knife, or was this his first time in a while? No, I mean, he plays like consistently every few weeks. We did have it. Like, I know what you're getting at though, and we did have at least one almost total bot lobby, but we did not win that game. It was the end game got a little I don't know what to say about the end game of that one. That was the last game we played today, and the end game went a little squirrely, but we didn't die to bots as far as I can tell. Opting out. So is carbon dioxide pockets in something. So it is carbon dioxide pockets in something soluble. So I think the key may be temperature. Like you can put chocolate chunks in ice cream or Oreos or whatnot, but they can't survive the body heat. Andy says, you have my support as always, Leah. Andy, thank you. I appreciate it. You're so sweet. Corey says, I have Pop Rocks and ice cream. I'll test it. Vic says our games generally end up fairly spicy. Our games end up extremely spicy, but that's probably because generally when we're playing with Vix, we're playing with me, our friend Quantum Ops, Des, and Brigitte, right? So that's usually the foursome when we play with Vix. And alone, Mops, Des, and Vix are perfectly capable of 20 kills. And so there are times when we will randomly end up with like a 30 kill number 2 finish in a game, and I think the algorithm has kind of figured that out somehow, so that like we get into some pretty serious heckin' lobbies when we play together. I also forgot to clip my death, my absolutely horribly strategically awful death. I'm not going to explain it right now, but I could probably explain it pretty well. The reason that I died had nothing to do with what happened in the actual fight. It was all about stupid decisions. third party, blam. Also very fair. That's kind of how it tends to go. But we also do stupid things like land at fencing fields when we play together. So we kind of deserve our third party, blam when we land there. Minnie Des says, hi, Minnie Des. I'm sorry to hear that you're feeling icky or that you were earlier today, but I'm glad to hear that you're feeling better. So hope that continues, because feeling yucky is no fun. Right. Arcadia, though, redeemed. Treat Leah. I didn't actually end up finishing my thought, which was there is an adjunct piece to this snack. And the reason is that briefly in the 80s, there was a bit of a panic about soda and Pop Rocks. And so my friend Meep, who has come and hung out with us a couple of times now in our stream, but also streams Fortnite, delightful person, enjoy his content tremendously. And he was talking yesterday about this, which is strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper. I like Dr. Pepper a lot. It's my favorite soda. When I drink soda, my choice of soda is Dr. Pepper. I drink it approximately twice a year. And so when I heard him talking about this, I was like, I need to try that. And so we're gonna do that. We're gonna pop open a strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper, and I'm gonna put it in a glass because I'm a goddamn adult. Should we put it in a fancy glass? We could put it in a fancy glass. Should we put it in a fancy glass? No, let's just put it in a regular glass. So if we put it in a regular glass, we'll be able to see what color it is. That seems kind of fun. Arcadia loves Dr. Pepper. I love Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper's so good. Hi, Mom. Hi. Strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper with bamboo rum is so good. Well, we have plenty of rum in our house, but I don't know that I'm going to mix rum with it. At least not at the beginning of stream. Maybe you can talk me into it at the end of stream. Tastes like cough syrup. Tastes like fizzy cough syrup. Actually, you know what it tastes like? It tastes like iron brew. It tastes like baby aspirin. It's not vaguely metallic, and it's a perfectly normal soda color instead of being orange, but it's a distinctly strawberry flavor, I have to say. It's not terrible. Some Random Geek loves Iron Brew. I did not like it. We tried it like on one of these kind of segments one time, because my grocery store had it and Scottish friends were talking about it, and yeah, it was not my favorite thing. Okay. We have Oreos. Something about these Oreos, though, something about these special Oreos is they have a hard time staying together. Why is that? It's like they're not great at their job of being Oreos. If you need a reminder, these are Space Dunk Oreos. They are cosmic cream with popping candy. I was told when I was looking at the PR stuff for this, it said, this is not sponsored, by the way. There was some like articles about it. It was the same way I kind of found my my Taco Bell Crunchwrap kits. And they were saying that it's marshmallow flavored cream with Pop Rocks. And they're like decorated. Wait, here, can you guys see? You guys can probably see. That one's got like a space hat on it. Space hat? Space helmet? Space helmet. Space helmet? Astronaut helmet? I don't know. And then a little star. Like a little shooting star. Ash, hi. Good to see you. So Oreos, space Oreos. It is 100% space Oreos. It's a good thing my monitor isn't a portal, or I'd be bound to be about to gain a lot of weight. They're very small packages. These ones. This is like about, I don't know, like 2/3 of the size maybe of a regular Oreo package. I don't know why they're so small. Let me get a plate so that I'm not, you know. Because one must eat one's multicolored marshmallow cream Pop Rock Oreos off a plate like a goddamn adult. Arcadius is one of the things I think I'd definitely have to put on a to-do list if I went to the US would be to try real Dr. Pepper. Here I tend to drink the diet version, and the full-fat version here will be sugar rather than, I'm assuming, corn syrup in the United States. It's a good question. It's probably corn syrup. 100% corn syrup. In fact, it's the second ingredient. Carbonated water and high fructose corn syrup. So basically, and then less than 2% of other things that presumably give it flavor and like preservatives. So water, carbonated water and corn syrup is basically what we're drinking here. Ash says, I love Oreos. I never deliberately buy them because it'd be bad. You know, I tend not to get like obsessed with packaged snacks. I probably won't even finish these. Like I'll probably eat these two and then send them to work with Grog because I can't imagine I'm going to like them, but we're going to find out. Her fingers is a space Oreo. They're the space Oreos. They are supposedly marshmallow cream with popping candy. I'm going to eat one. Opting out says, no. All subsequent guesses were wrong. From this point forward, they will be known as space hats. I tried, guys. I tried. Ash says Doritos are a problem too. Okay, actually, I really like Doritos, but I never buy that stuff, like ever. I don't buy chips of any kind. I just don't eat that stuff on a regular basis. Like if I'm out and getting a sandwich at a deli or something, then maybe I might have a bag of chips with it, but thank you for the clip, Corey. Goreki says they have jam in them too, like space jam. No, they have marshmallow in them. Ash says, you know my flavors of ice cream. I don't. Mother Penguin says they put Pop Rocks in the fireworks Oreos for the 4th. Really? I stopped eating them and closed my mouth. It's like, it's actually kind of alarming. It's like, you know your soft palate, you know, like the back of the roof of your mouth. It's mouth static. It's not okay. And the thing is, I don't know if it's because I have something in my ears or what, but it's very much less a feel and more a sound. And it only happens when I close my mouth. I'm a little distressed. How did we eat these things as a child? Mom says save hats, space helmets, just as a convention anyway. Yes. Ash says I've gotten really into harvest snaps, same kind of thing, but presumably a bit healthier. What I've eaten with a fork during D&D: vanilla cookies and cream, coffee, and coffee cookies and creams. You know what? I did not remember that, but it's been several years since we played D&D together. We should actually fix that, Ash. We should at least do like a one shot or something. Do you want to do it on the channel? Should we do a one shot? Should we do a D&D one shot on the channel? I'm sure we can convince somebody to DM for us. Mother of Penguins is an odd sensation for sure. Corey says mouth static. Vix is like a firework for your palate. Ash is a 2x2, and one of those is just Oreo. All right, so Ash might be down. Ash might be down. Really unhappy. I'm not gonna eat another one. I'm gonna put it over here. I don't like it. It feels weird. I don't know if I took my earbuds out or something, it might be different, but like, it's like a head full of static.
I don't have headphones. Let me.
It's okay, it's not as bad with the earbuds out. It's not as bad with the earbuds out. With the earbuds in, it's very weird. Grog is gonna try them now. That's good. Ash's Artful was considering running Dungeons in Dragon Age. Running a Dungeons in Dragon Age, but then life got hard. Maybe she'd be up for it at some point. That would be so fun. Oh, that would be so fun. Oh, we should totally do that. Vic says I haven't played D&D in about 20 years, so I'd be down to play if the party can tolerate my shenanigans. We would have to negotiate shenanigans, but yes, I think that could be arranged. Ash almost banged it. Grog almost banged his head on the table with our shenanigans. There were some serious shenanigans. There was way more shenanigans than plot during our campaign. That's true. Mountain says Space Oreos epic fail if you can't enjoy them with earbuds. That's fair. Grog says, yes, head static. Weird. I don't know what's so weird about it. I remember, okay, so obviously, like, Pop Rocks are kind of we're kind of a fixture of the 80s. Like, if you had to assign a decade to Pop Rocks, I think it would be the 80s, right? And I'm just going to date myself here and say that I was, in fact, a child of the 80s, okay? Pop Rocks were a thing that I consumed on a not an entirely regular basis because it wasn't my favorite thing. Like, straight up sugar candy has never been my favorite thing, but it was consumed on a fairly regular basis because when you're a child and someone hands you candy, you eat it, right? It's kind of how things work. And I remember, but I do remember them being very mouthy. Like, I don't remember the soft palate vibe. Maybe it's because they're like smaller to fit in the like in the cream or something. But like I didn't expect, like, they taste fine. They obviously taste fine. They taste more or less like Oreos, but like maybe the cream is a little less of the Oreo cream than maybe some other kind of flavor, but like it's not like it's not stratospherically different. But like the it's not a mouth feel. It's like it's like a head feel. Vic says, I remember dumping like 5 packs in my mouth at once just for the thrill. Mother of Penguins says it's like sugar grains instead of rocks. I think that's true. I think that's probably what it is. It's probably the size of them, because holy heck, kind of alarming. The back of my throat still feels weird. I don't know if the Dr. Pepper's gonna help it. Santos preferred pixie sticks. Pop pebbles? What's a pop pebble? You're not a child of the 80s, though. You were not a child anymore in the 80s. No, but I would say, okay, so my favorite candies, let me think about this. I'm the worst. Okay, so here's one thing. First of all, my father used to buy Werther's Originals and Rolos for himself. And so those were good. Those I liked. Which he probably should have rethought, because I think we probably usually ended up eating more of them than he did. I liked bubblegum, so I liked like Bubble Tape and Big League Chew, like the bubblegum, like the shredded bubblegum. Bubblegum was a thing that I liked. I mean, my candy preferences, I think, have tended towards like standard American candy type things, has tended toward like a cookie caramel situation. So like I like Twix, or like peanut butter and chocolate. I like Reese's. I like peanut butter M&Ms. It's like usually combinations of like caramel and chocolate or peanut butter and chocolate is kind of like that'll be my jam. But I don't know if that extends through. Like, I remember Ring Pops, but I think that was kind of more of like, and I did end up, I ate a lot of Ring Pops, but I think that had more to do with like the like tactile sensation of like I mean, my finger never really fit very well in them. My hands have been like enormous puppy paws since I was like pretty little, but like that part was fun. Like the ring part of it was fun. I'm like doing this because he did it. Hang on a second. I gotta scroll up because y'all are talking and I'm just talking to myself. Vic says the man pixie sticks the real gateway drug. I definitely was not into pixie sticks. Fishingworth wants to know if we're making things out of horse hooves. Potentially. I don't know if we're gonna get to the gummy candy today, but if we don't get to the gummy candy, we'll do that another day. Corey says purple and red Skittles, only those. There's a Skittles machine at the mall and you can custom mix them. Oh my gosh. Vic says great Big League Chew was the best. Try to tell me I'm wrong. I feel like I was a watermelon girl. Was there a watermelon one? I think it was watermelon that was my favorite. Gareki says, oh my God, Skittles came out with a milk drink not that long ago. Don't do it. Oh, Gareki, I think I shouted out Vintage RPG for you. Vintage tried it on like a Streamiversary thing or something. She had like 8 different drinks and she tried like Prime and a whole bunch of other things. And the Skittles one was one of them. She said it was terrible. Twix and Reese's are OP. Grog says, gimme all the orange. Gareki says, you are, because Apple is clearly the best. Oh gosh, all right, we're coming to blows over Big League Chew. I don't know. Corey says single colors and mixes. Let's see. Alice says, I saw one in a casino in Atlantic City. A Skittles machine that lets you mix them yourself. Corey says, once the machine is refilled, I can. And Alice is a slut for Pez. Pez has never been one of those things. I mean, it was one of those things that, like, when presented to me, I would definitely eat them, but I would never have said that that was my favorite thing. I'm trying to remember, like, I know that there was something that I would kind of go out of my way for, and now I can't remember what it was. But we used to, like, ride our bike down to like the drugstore where you could buy candy, and like I had specific things that I would get. Like Ring Pops was definitely one of them. Big League Chew was definitely one of them. Like Bubble Tape was one of them for sure. I mean, I don't know how much attention my mom's paying because it's the middle of her work too. Maybe she would remember. I think my brother would probably remember, honestly. Vic says I like the dispensers, but the candy is his ass. It's booty, Vix. Is cheeks. You gotta get down with the kids. Or not, whatever. Grog says sweet tarts are better than Pez. They're both cheeks, Grog, I'm sorry to say. Ash says, I wonder if that phrase has ever been uttered before in the history of the universe. Alice says, I hate the dispensers. I love the candy. Ash says, okay, I gotta get back to work. I'm probably late. Have fun. Okay, wait. Bye, Ash. Bye. Have fun. Enjoy work. Try. Thanks for stopping in. I'm down with the lingo. Yeah, I am so hip. I don't think people who are so hip say they're so hip. Do we say we have Riz? Do I have Riz? Does that work? Can that be a synonym for hip? Kind of. I know it's good. I know it's not. No, it's not. I know what it means. Garaki says, do you have those little orange juice carton shaped boxes that had orange or grape flavored balls in them? I don't think so. Oh, and Alice says I have Riz for days. Thank you, Alice. I appreciate that. Okay, so we, as usual, have been chatting for about 50 minutes. Wait, Grog says I still see those on occasion. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Put a picture in the Discord. If you can find a picture, put a picture in the Discord so I can see what you're talking about. Opting out says I used to be with it, but then they changed what it was. Now what I'm with isn't it anymore, and what's it seems weird and scary. It'll happen to you. Grandpa Simpson. Vic said my daughter explained Riz just the other day. She said her friend said I had that autistic Riz. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I mean, I think any kind of Riz is good Riz, right? Like Riz is kind of like I'm trying to think of something that can never really be a bad thing. What can never really be a bad thing? Like style. Like style, right? Style's never a bad thing. Saying somebody has style, like saying someone has a style all their own, like that could be a bad thing. That could be a backhanded compliment. But if somebody just says to you, you got such style, like whether they're talking about clothes or they're talking about whatever, like that's a good thing. I think Riz is like that. That's the best compliment I can think of. It's good. It's a good compliment. I think that's a good compliment. Charisma, exactly. Well, charisma though, charisma can be like two-sided, right? Because like some pretty sketchy people have charisma, right? Like like cult leaders, right? Cult leaders have charisma. Like isn't that kind of like what they would say about like Charles Manson and people like that? Like charisma, right? But also it's not always a good thing. Grog says Durdle is still in lurk mode. I cannot safely feed Chester. Oh, you can safely not feed Chester. It's not time yet. Vic says, well, it's like they knew. I'm representing the autistic community so well. Well, that's also a good thing. I mean, you are. I like you. And I guess if you're autistic, I guess that means that that autistic Riz is a thing. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Mom says I remember the Big League Chew. Recall you buying lifesavers. Oh, yeah. No, that's true. That is true. But specifically though, the lifesavers books are good and all the lifesavers were good, but the ones I liked best were butter rum. Which is honestly probably a strange thing for a child to like. But also, a child really liking Werther's Originals is also probably a little weird. But like when it came to like sugar candy, you're right. That was definitely one of the things. Butter rum lifesavers, definitely a thing. Grex is short for charisma. Yay, yes. Oh, I know. I'm just saying that, like, yeah. It's got overtones. Yeah. Oh, Grog says I thought CHA was short for charisma. Only for D&D players, Grog. Corey says I can definitely hear certain intonations of you have style and it's an insult. It could be, yeah. But also, Corey, you're from Virginia, which is technically the South. And I think Southern women can make anything an insult. Krog says I hated the butterscotch lifesavers. Were there butterscotch ones? Because I suspect I would have loved those too. Corey still hates butterscotch. Mom's not working right now. Dirtle will back me up with that law practice with laryngitis is not optimal. Alpine says Kai and I refer to ourselves as having that tism riz, but definitely a self-identified thing with us. Yeah, I feel like that one's probably one that's better as a self-identified thing, but also teenagers are still exploring those boundaries and they could come up with worse. So maybe suboptimal as a thing to label people with, but also it could be worse. Xantos says I was a mark for butterscotch anything candies. Alpine says Riz does feel related to drip. That's true. Opting out says I asked some kids if the pens in my pocket protector had style, but they said they were styleless. I wish I didn't get that. I wish I didn't have to push that button, but I did, and so I must. Yeah, Corey says, oh, bless your heart. Yeah, oh, fuck you. Grog has been banned, bless your heart. Some Rizzoli with the trip. Some random geek says there are butterscotch lifesavers and I love them. Yeah, see, I think you're right. I think butterscotch would have been one that I like too. Anything that's kind of like buttery sweet like that, that's I'm on board for that. Mom says I think he gave you the caramel butterscotch gene. Distinctly possible. Some random geek loves that pun. Of course you do. Are there puns you don't love? I'm just asking for the record. Corey says, fine, bless your sweet heart. Grog says, watch your language. Right, okay. Let's do a quick read through of this recipe and see what we're doing. Some random geek's gonna share a story in the Discord. Share a story in the Discord. We love stories. I can't wait to see what this is. Okay. Right, let's read through this recipe so that we know what we're getting ourselves into. All right, 3 tablespoons of confectioner's sugar. In fact, what we can do is we can actually pull out ingredients as we do this. Could we do that? Let's try that. Confectioner's sugar. Let's start there. Baking soda. Baking soda's over here. Baking soda. Citric acid. We have citric acid here. We have citric acid here. And we're going to use this one first because it's open. And eventually it's going to tip over and spill like it just did. Granulated sugar. Granulated sugar is here. Actually, just going to put that over here. Corn syrup. It said honey, but you could use corn syrup. And the reason that I am going to go ahead and use corn syrup is that I think I'd like to try to flavor these. And I don't think I want them to taste like honey. So we're just going to go with that. Water, which is fine. And then gel or liquid food coloring of your color of your choice. I'll dig out the gel food coloring in just a second when we go to take our break. But that's everything. Okay, so what it says is thoroughly coat the bottom of a rimmed baking sheet with confectioner's sugar. Combine baking soda and a 1/4 cup of citric acid in a small bowl. Mix gently to combine, set aside. Why do you need to mix it gently? They're 2 powdered products. All right, whatever. Clip your candy thermometer to the side of a large, heavy-bottomed saucepan or have your instant read thermometer ready. Place the sugar, honey, and water in the pan. Stir to combine. Place the mixture over medium heat. The mixture will progress from quite sandy to liquid to vigorously bubbling. Once it starts bubbling, begin monitoring the temperature closely. When the mixture reaches between 295 and 300 degrees Fahrenheit, remove from the heat. Pro tip, if at any point you notice granules of sugar sticking to the sides of the pan, brush them down with a slightly wet pastry brush. That we know about. Immediately stir in the baking soda and citric acid mixture and the food coloring. So I think probably at that stage we want our flavoring too. Whisk until everything is combined. Work quickly as the candy will begin to set rapidly. Pour the candy onto your prepared baking sheet. Try to coat the sheet evenly. When I do honeycomb candy, which is similar. Also, did I say hello to Omega's Prime? I'm not sure I did. I saw Omega's Prime, and then I just saw Steph's emotes, and included in Omega's Prime's emotes today were some of Steph's emotes. And so, hi Steph, hi. Also, hi Omega's Prime, if you're still listening. Hi. And then also Chef John. Oh my gosh, hi. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so relieved you're feeling well enough to be online. And yeah, I'm glad you're here. Or at least lurking. Opting else, is it a horribly long shaggy dog story about Santa? If so, I beat you to it. That was pretty good. Grog says, no way of the house husband. You can mix citric acid with honey and make fake lemonade. Yes, we can. Okay, all of this is pretty doable.
Fruit or dessert?
Hello, hi there, Earth Toast. Welcome to here. Thank you for the raid. Hi. I was just about to go to an ad, so I've gone ahead and snoozed that for the moment. Hello and welcome. I'm Leah Fireheart. This is the Fire Kitchen. Today we are making Pop Rocks. Presumably you saw that in the title and that's why you're here, but we haven't even started it yet. We've just been chatting for 45 minutes. You were doing food and drink. What were you doing? What did you make today? How did stream go? And Grog, and Des, thank you for the shout out. I appreciate that. Hold on a second. Opting out. No. All right, hold on a second. Let me quickly drop you a follow so I can come check out your stream in a sec. At some later date. Oh, it's awesome. That's how your stream goes too. Thank you for the follow. I mean, it's nice, right? It means that that people come to hang out and just find it a fun place to chill, and that's what we like here. So, I don't care if this is really literally the only thing we're doing today anyway, and I don't think it's going to take that long. So, I'm not that worried about it. Okay, so Earth Toast was testing out a polarizing Instagram healthy pasta recipe. Results were so gross. Don't make it. I'll keep that in mind. I'm sorry to hear your pasta didn't turn out good, but that's Instagram's fault, not yours. So I hope you're able to salvage it for something, or that you can just order pizza, because although if you're trying to look for a healthy pasta recipe, maybe not pizza, but I'm sorry to hear it didn't go well. I'm not sure if this is going to go well either. I have no idea. It's all an adventure. It's you know, I don't know, whatever. But hi, hello. If you're new here, I'm Leah Fireheart. This, as I said, this is the Fire Kitchen, making Pop Rocks today. I have our dog, Chester, back here somewhere, and husband and moderator, Grognard Gourmand, who is over there. I do mostly cooking streams here on this channel, on Tuesdays from 4 to 7 Eastern and Thursdays from 10:30 to 2:30 Eastern. And then on Fridays, we do gaming from 4 to 7. Right now we're playing Hades. So if that sounds fun, drop me a follow. Nice to meet you. Okay, so let's see. Earth Toast. Abraham Lincoln told me the internet was totally trustworthy. Grog, help. He's under your feet whining for his dinner. Okay, right. Yeah, it should be a fun science experiment. We're gonna try it out. However, one of the things that we do here, in order to keep this place welcoming for new folks, so that they do not get pre-roll ads, is that every hour we take a 3-minute break. You don't miss anything. I'm gonna go sit down for 3 minutes. or have some water or something. And those of you who are subscribed will see something. I don't know what yet. And those of you who are not subscribed may see 3 minutes of ads depending on where you're located. If you will, just hang tight. We will be back to make Pop Rocks. Earth Toast, though, if you have to go, if you have to de-stream or clean up or do whatever you need to do, then I appreciate you popping by with your folks here. It was really nice to meet you, and I hope to be able to catch another one of your streams sometime soon. So thanks for hanging out. I will be right back. Behave. Behave harder. All right, I'm gonna set this aside. Because I forgot to preheat the oven. Because that's how we are today. Oh shit. Look! It didn't budge! It didn't even budge! I was like thinking it was gonna be all over the floor. It didn't budge. I literally dropped the whole thing upside down and the batter didn't fall out. Oh my goodness. Amazing. I love streaming. I love hanging out with you guys. I love coming here and sharing time in my kitchen as if we were all attending the same virtual dinner party, which is kind of the metaphor that I use in my head for bringing people into my space and trying to be as amusing a hostess as possible. Cowboy Vicarian. Okay, so we're gonna do me Grimlock say you full of cesium salami, and then it's gonna be I can't do the song, unfortunately.
All I got is we should have had hats for that.
Because this is for all you Ugg boot wearing, pumpkin spice latte drinking, Stanley tumbler in 10 colors having basic bees. Okay, it's got 4 ingredients and one of them is optional. The definition of 1 HP in a dream. Oh my god. No, I died.
Made it. Barely.
Wait, what?
This holds some sort of power, but for what?
She died! I won! We both died! And I can actually do that one from memory, but it's like my version of it is slightly different from yours, which is how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck would chuck as much as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. I can do other weird things too, like tie a cherry stem in a knot with my tongue, but my mother didn't teach me that. I learned that all on my own. Hobby says, I don't know how you would teach that, if I'm honest. Oh, a pupper demands a hug. Wait, are we supposed to hug pupper? Wait.
I got the bottom half. I got the bottom half.
We gotta get closer to the camera to hug pupper. We love you, pupper.
There we go.
I think pupper wants us to hug each other.
Oh,
There. That's easy. That's easy to do. Corey hugs are just as satisfying as one might expect. Yum. This sounds delicious. Hi, I'm back. Thank you for sitting through those ads / clips. I hope that was fun for everyone. Big Jim, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome to here. Okay, so while I was on break, I found my my gel food coloring. So that's what this is. So that we're ready to hi back. Thank you, Jane. Appreciate it. Jane is playing the part of Brigitte today. Okay, so when I was at the candy store, candy making store, because I needed more citric acid. I Jane says should have said I'm dad. I'm mom usually, but yes, exactly, precisely. Hi back, I'm mom. Yeah, getting my citric acid. I also picked up some of these candy flavors, and I have 2 flavors, and you guys can just help me decide which ones we should do. Should we do key lime, or should we do tropical punch? Do you have feelings about this? These are just the 2 that stood out to me, and so I thought, Jane says I usually go for dad, or Jane, just kind of depends on my mood. Des says tropical punch. Des has opinions. Des was right there with an answer. So if nobody else, Grog wants to do a poll. Did you do a poll? Because you can do a poll. It has to be, if you want to do a poll, you have to do /poll, not command poll. We can do a poll. Jane is intrigued by key lime. Okay, well, we'll let you guys battle it out with channel points then, because if my mods are all in disagreement, then we just have to. Thank you for the follow. Right, so I have 2 different flavors. I got key lime and I got tropical punch. They have a bazillion, million, kajillion different kinds. And I have a strawberry one somewhere, but I don't know where it is, and so we're gonna go with this. Right, okay. So Grog has potentially, I assume, put a poll in the chat, which is key lime or tropical punch, and there's already a battle waging. So this is so we're gonna start with that. First of all, okay, thoroughly coat the bottom of a rimmed baking sheet with confectioner's sugar. Okay, so let's do that. Let's grab a rimmed baking sheet. Thoroughly coat, huh? With the confectioner sugar, which means 3 tablespoons of confectioner sugar. So let's start with that. All right. So you guys, I was telling the person at, which by the way, again, hashtag not sponsored, but this place that is in my town called Fran's Cake and Candy is terrific. It's so great. I sent a fellow food and drink streamer who lives somewhat near me there, and they were as mystified that this place exists as I was. And it really is just so good. It's so we're so lucky to have a place like this local to us, because otherwise you've got to order stuff from Amazon, right? And that's not always convenient, especially when you're trying to host a show. And so I was telling them that I'm not a terribly experienced candy maker. I have done some. So I don't really know how to look at this recipe and say whether this is going to work or not. And so we're just trying it. We're just going to see how things go. Big battle shaping up in the poll. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. There really is a big battle shaping up in the poll. Okay. So I wonder if I should have sifted this. I'm feeling like I should have sifted this. Okay, let's sift this. Let me just grab a little bowl here. Let's pour it back into the bowl. I don't mind lumps in the powdered sugar for some things, but this is probably not ideal. And while you guys are battling, then should probably also be wearing an apron. Maybe we'll fix that too. Because powdered sugar is fun. You're just going to get it everywhere no matter what. Turney! Hi! Why are you out of breath? Relax, friend. You are here. You made it. Oh yeah, this is way better. Okay, so I'm gonna I did put this up on the website, by the way. So this is on the site because the original recipe is written kind of oddly. I thought it was structured oddly, and so even though I wasn't sure how this was going to go, and if I was going to have additional things to add, I did in fact want to put it up there just so that people would be able to see what we've done. But I am going to get a pen because I feel like the way the recipe was written is odd enough that I think we're probably going to be making some alterations. Sift the sugar over the baking sheet. Powdered sugar is almost always lumpy. It's just the way it is. So this is better. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Hold on a second. Hey. No. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Right. Okay. First of all, here's attorney. The whole time you've been live the whole time. I have not been live the whole time. I've been live for an hour-ish. But guess what? You haven't missed anything because we spent the entire time chatting. Right now, though, there is a poll in the chat. And you can either vote for tropical punch flavored beauty blogger thing. Tropical punch flavored Pop Rocks or key lime flavored Pop Rocks. And you're just you can vote in the poll whether on what you would like to see. It's in the process of being heavily stacked, so I don't know what's going to happen here. This is the craziest poll race we've had for months, and Brigitte isn't even here. Okay, some random geek shared the story in memes and silliness. Everyone check out the Discord. Agreed. Everyone check out the Discord at your convenience. Opting out says I don't even care about the flavor. I just like clicking the button. Yeah, plus you're already a VIP, so what do you have to spend your points on? Unless you want to make me make something weird. Then he says, who are the psychopaths voting for lime over red? Jane says me. Vix just saw it. All right, the poll is done. Technically 50-50, but Tropical Punch got 5 more votes. Tropical Punch got 5 more votes than Key Lime. So we're going to be doing Tropical Punch, and we're going to be using some red food coloring. I use Tulip Red. Or we could use Peach or something. No, let's use that. Let's use Tropical Punch. That says 200 points yet. Like, you can do a Hydrate, or I think the unicorn name might be 250, so you might have to wait 50 more points for you to unlock what your unicorn name is. Pi says I'm holding out for when the joke redeem comes back. I had a feeling, which is why I turned it off. No, I just wasn't sure how long today was going to take, and so I didn't want to spend time telling a ridiculous joke if today was going to take forever. Alice says I'm saving for VIP. I can't blow my wad on Key Lime. Alice, I don't think anyone should ever blow their wad on Key
fruit or dessert.
Key Lime. Listen, hi. Hi. I'm Leah. Cherney says Tropical Punch isn't red. Fruit Punch is red. Tropical Punch is either orange or blue. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Wind, I can't actually read that. It's red on black and I can't read it. Is it, I'm just going to call you Wind for now. Is that okay? Irish was really mean to me. Irish, what are you doing? Why are you being mean to your chat? Hi, hello. Jane says I blew my entire wad on Key Lime and didn't even win. Oh no! I don't know that anybody has any more points than Des does. Noob Frost Mage, hello, hi. I love your name. Frost. Where does the Frost Mage come from? Grog says orange, definitely orange. Of all the lines to drop in on, I don't know. Chances are there's going to be a line. Vic says I'm saving for VIP as well. Like, what else am I supposed to spend these points on? Oh, Irish and Windhoos troll each other. I see. Okay. All right. Well, then I'm not going to scold Irish today. I will scold you both. You guys are making trouble and shenanigans in Lysanth's chat, and Lysanth is one of the nicest people I think I've met and on a food and drink stream, and that's saying something because there's some awful nice people in this space. Speaking of which, yes, thank you for that shout out for Lysanth. Lysanth's another food and drink streamer, does a lot of baking content, including like a lot of like allergy friendly baking. So for any of you who have like GF or DF or other kinds of like restrictions that you can't necessarily eat everything that's like baked like right off the bat, Lysanth's a great person to follow. Also a lovely person, and very friendly chat, just warm and welcoming, and can't recommend that space highly enough if you like it here. Des is lurking. And Thaddeus and Cherney are having a sword fight. I guess we can do that here. Wait, no, we can't do that here. We're not allowed swords in the house here. It's not actually a Twitch rule, but it's a rule of the actual house. The fact that that had to be a rule of my actual house is a story in of itself. What if you're allergic to wholesomeness? Okay, it's I didn't say it was wholesome. I said it was warm and welcoming. It's also wholesome. Also fairly wholesome. Grogs is just because I wanted to practice for Hema in the house. Yes, no swords in the house, not even peace tide. There are swords in the house. The rule is no swinging swords in the house. You can bring your sword over for show and tell. You're just not allowed to show how you swing your sword. Oh my God, you guys, just don't let me talk anymore today. Just don't let me talk anymore today. I'm just not going to talk anymore today. I'm just going to stand here and make pop rocks. By the way, hi, hello. Yeah, it's a good, thank you, Lysanth, for backing me up on this. This is just a thing, right? Okay, so hi. If you don't know me, I'm Leah Fireheart. This is the Fire Kitchen. We mainly do cooking here on this channel. I tend to do cooking on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays 4 to 7 Eastern, Thursdays from 10:30 to 2:30. On Fridays, we do gaming. We're currently playing Hades. So if any of those things sound good to you and you have not yet dropped me a follow, I would appreciate a follow. I am trying to make it to 1,000 followers by the end of the year. I think we can get there. This is my own little personal quest for the channel. So I'm hoping that happens. But yes, hi, hello, and welcome. Today we're making pop rocks, homemade from scratch pop rocks. I have no idea how this is going to go. and now Gordon Ramsay's following me. I guess I better wash my hands. Chef John. Hi. Opting out says, what else are you going to practice? Maybe installing an indoor archery shooting range in his outbuilding. Okay, an outbuilding is not the house. You can shoot your arrows anywhere you want. And they're your arrows and your outbuilding, and they're not in my house, so I'm cool. Thaddy says, I don't know why that hammer icon makes me want to play an old RPG or something. Wait, what is it? Forge hammer. You know what? I've never played an old RPG. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Right. But, Lysanth, if you have to go feed people or clean up or do whatever you need to do after stream, please go do that. Take care of yourself. Take care of the members of your household. Thank you so much for bringing your community here and trusting me with them. We're having a day, but but when are we not having a day, honestly? But I really do appreciate the raid. Thank you so much, and it's lovely to see you again. Chef John, does everyone follow this wonderful streamer? Meow, please. Thank you. Okay, so right, so we're like I said, we're making pop rocks. We just had a poll. They're gonna be tropical punch pop rocks. There has been some disputation over what color tropical punch is. So we may need to do another poll. So if you guys have opinions on the color of tropical punch, I immediately reached for the red, and my chat immediately threw a hissy fit and said, no, fruit punch is red, tropical punch is not. And so I'm kind of like, here's all the colors I have. But if we wanted to do kind of a generalized, like red, orange, green, blue, purple, red, orange, green, blue, purple. Yellow is hard. And I'm not sure I can get the intensity of yellow in this that I would want. So if we wanted to do, because I think we only have 5 slots, or we could do 6 and do a runoff. We do like a general, like, umbrella of colors. Or it could be like, I have a fair amount of pink. So it could be like pink, orange. If you guys want to nominate colors, I don't know how you guys want to do this. Negotiate this with Grog and he'll put some colors in the chat. Okay. Cherney says Bard's Tale is legit. Interesting. Okay. Look at candy packaging. If your chat threw a fit, by which you mean I made a stand. That's exactly what I meant, Cherney.
Can I interest any of you in fruit or dessert?
Beaches! Hi, Beaches! Hi, Hi, Johnny. Hi, Abby. Hello, Sophie. Welcome to here. Jazzy. Hi. Hello. Thank you for the raid. This is our third raid today. Thank you for that shout out for Peaches. Oh, okay. My mother has dropped a tropical punch color palette in the chat with her her new VIP powers. I'm just gonna click on that. Hi, hello. You finally get to raid me. Yes, hi. All the cool kids, right, Leah? Yes, that's true. We met a new friend today who seems pretty cool, and Lysanth, and then also Peaches. Yes, thank you for that shout out for Peaches. You guys, Peaches Place is not only a dear friend, but also the emote artist of the vast majority of my emotes, as well as when you come here to my channel. Thanks, Johnny. When you come here to my channel, when I'm freaking out because nothing's working. No, I'm kidding. When my stream is still starting, there's like a little animated starting soon screen, and Peach did that too. And she had a kind of a brief moment of, I don't know if I should take this commission because I don't know if I can do it, and she heckin' nailed it like a nail with a hammer. And it was terrific. And I think you guys can agree if you've seen it. But Peach has been away for a couple of months and now is back to streaming. Peach, what were you playing today? I missed what you were playing. Yeah, like a nailer in a space hat. Wait, I missed what Peach was playing. Peach was playing something called Eastward. Peach was, what's that? And how was it? Was it good? Eastward DLC, a little farming one. What Eastward DLC? I have no idea what that is. Fly Gamer's redeemed a random Grogopedia entry. Hi, hello, and welcome. Good to see you. Oh, it's lovely, very Stardew Valley-esque. Ooh, well, that sounds right up my alley. Awesome. So right, if any of my chat is somehow not following Peaches Place, please do rectify that. Peaches plays a variety of different games, occasionally does art on her streams, is generally just a really incredibly wonderful person and very entertaining streamer. And if you are not yet following her, please do. This is a wholehearted recommendation from me as someone whose streams I would never miss, except for the fact that sometimes we stream at the same time. So yeah, so do follow Peach. Thank you. Attorney says, behold my research. Okay. Tropical Punch Kool-Aid is light blue. Tropical Punch Minute Maid is light blue. Tropical Flavor Hawaiian Punch is light blue. Tropical Punch Actual Pop Rocks is light blue. Tropical Punch Go Jolly Ranchers are light blue. And Now and Later is a light orange. Journey, I should have known better than to challenge you. It's like I just met you or something. It's like I could not have foreseen this, except really had I stopped to think about it for half a second. That's exactly the conclusion I would have reached. The candies are coming along great, Peach. We have powdered sugared a tray, which is the entirety of everything that we have done thus far today. Fly Gamer wants to know what Pop Rocks are. We'll get to that in a second. First of all, the Grogopedia says the term punch refers to a wide assortment of drinks, non-alcoholic and alcoholic, generally containing fruits or fruit juice. The drink was introduced from the Indian subcontinent to England by employees of the East India Company. Oh, hey, good. Punch exists because colonialism. In the 17th century, punch is usually served at parties in large wide bowls known as punch bowls. In the United States, federal regulations provide the word punch to describe commercial beverage products that do not contain fruit or fruit juice. And Peaches says, yes, it's a candy that pops in your mouth. That's accurate. Kind of like carbonated candy. Yep. Pop Rocks, also called popping candy, is a candy owned by Zeta Especial SA. Pop Rocks ingredients include sugar, lactose, milk sugar, and flavoring. Oh, that's a good thing that we're not doing that then, because Grog couldn't have them. And flavoring. It differs from typical hard candy in that pressurized carbon dioxide gas bubbles are embedded inside of the candy, creating a small popping reaction when it dissolves. Journey says fruit punch is not tropical punch. That's true. Yeah, so they're basically carbonated candy. Vic says they're rocks that pop when you lick them, thus popping and making you wonder if your palate is intact. That was our experience with these. I tried Space Dunk Oreos, which contain popping candy. They made the back of my mouth feel weird. Thaddeus says my stubbornness knows absolutely no bounds. Fruit punch is red. Corey wants it red for spite. Okay, I'm going to settle this. We're going to settle this argument once and for all. Cherney is correct, obviously, having done the research, that tropical punch is blue. However, today our tropical punch Pop Rocks, due to popular demand by chat, is going to be red. Corey says, I want it red for spite. And Gorecki says spite is clear. I know, I just decided to make a pun out of it. Durdle says that if you settle the argument, what are we supposed to talk about? If you guys want to continue to argue about it, you can. Also, welcome back, Durdle. Right. Okay. So, but first of all, Raid. Hi, Raid. Hi. Hello. Hi. I'm Leah Fireheart. I do mostly cooking here on this channel. But today we're making Pop Rocks. If you are more of a gaming person, you should come back here on Friday, because on Fridays, we panic over how attractive everyone is in Hades. Which is what we're going to do this Friday at 4:00 Eastern. So if that's more your jam, drop me a follow and come back then. Also, because that is in fact our third raid of the day without having done the raid video, I'm going to go ahead and run the raid video. That will give you guys a little bit of a sense of what you're getting into here. And hopefully you guys think that looks fun and drop me a follow. And if not, and this is not the place for you, then I totally understand, and hope to see you again sometime again soon on the internet, perhaps in Peach's channel. I'll be right back.
My time, talking about my time, my time.
Not only sticky, I'm covered in whiskey. I smell delicious. I know, right? Behave. It was a little dangerous. Stab, 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 stab. Behave harder. I have a moment alone with my burger. Turney says Leah does not get to introduce herself, only commandeer stream via chat. Yes. Welcome to here. Also an accurate description of my streams. Opting out the number of regulars in chat right now suggests that this video is inadequate as a warning. I have long been tempted to, as the interstitial between the starting soon screen and like my face appearing on screen, been tempted to do a different transition, one that says, warning, do not enter stream without snacks. Like that's the only warning that I've had, but I've never figured out how to do like a different thing in between the two scenes. I don't know. If I Googled it, it would probably be obvious, but I just haven't ever tried. Thaddeus, she needs that behave as a soundbite. In fact, you know what's funny about that is that I was just in our friend Kamesey's stream earlier today. And Kamesey does have various behaves as a soundbite. And Kamesey, I mentioned to Kamesey that I also have that sound, like as something that I have said in the past. And so I agreed tomorrow to isolate it for her and send it over to her as one of her potential sounds for her behave. So I could do that. I could put it here too. Why not? Because I'm going to do it anyway. Vix's soup and cereal are two of my favorite things. Could we combine them? No. Wait, I just read something on Instagram the other day. Wait, did I copy this? Somebody said, God bless the people who decided to make oat milk and chicken broth roughly the same size and shape packaging so that before I've had my coffee and I'm headed into a 9 a.m. Zoom meeting, I get to invent a new drink called dirty oat milk chicken water. Um Um, Thaddeus's Pop Tarts are ravioli and hot dogs or tacos. And Corey says I'm a snack. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate that. There's people you can ask about that. Wait, people I can ask about that. Do you know how to do that? Oh my God. Okay, yeah, maybe we'll do that. In fact, actually, so two things. First thing. If one of my mods is available to give Churney Adventures a shout out, we're going to talk about Churney for just a second because there's context here. The second thing is, right, I have just referenced tomorrow, because tomorrow, one of the things that I'm doing personally in our Discord, me and Brigitte and Best Pies in London have a Discord called Discord Elysium. And tomorrow we're going to do just a Discord co-working session, 10 a.m. Eastern. If you have things that you need to get done, if you want help with things, because potentially there'll be some, with other streamers and stuff. So if you're going to be doing stream things and you could use some feedback, we're not experts, but we've all been in this game for a little while, and those of us who show up can potentially help with, things. Alpine, that's not a command here. So Churney Adventures also runs a Discord, and Churney is doing a streamer like work session thing ish deal tonight. Content creator discussion forum, which I believe happens on a regular basis. So if you are interested in such things, definitely follow Churney for that. The other reason is that we are, in fact, going to be participating here on this channel in a convention hosted by Mountain Shade Village, a virtual convention on Twitch and Discord, on Saturday, February 24th. My time, I think I'm planning on going live about 1:30, and we'll be part of a raid train that will take us all the way through Saturday. There will be contiguous programming all day on Twitch and then also in Discord. So we'll go ahead and post a full schedule of that probably soon in our Discord, but just so you guys know that that's coming up. It's going to be, the theme is storytelling, and I think it's just going to be a terrific day. So if you're interested in hanging out with some really cool people and hearing what stories they have to share, stay tuned for Saturday the 24th for that. Eventually I'll make a...
Stick with me, and you'll never go hungry again.
Thaddeus, thank you for gifting that sub to Churney. I appreciate it. Wait, yeah, Gareki says no sword swinging in the house. Gareki, you keep that up. You keep enforcing the rules like that. I'm gonna make you a moderator. Good job. Durdle is the best aminal layer. Yes, Durdle is the best aminal layer. Yes. They are also, yes, Corey is correct that they are gremlins. Right, yeah. So it's really, really random. One of Churney's friends happened to stumble into one of my Stardew Valley streams, and I from there was like, this is a community full of absolutely some of the best people I've ever met, who also have incidentally some of the most creative, intriguing Twitch handles of anyone I've ever met. It's just a good place. So the Mountain Shade Village Discord seems to be the crux of all of that, and so I highly recommend following Churney to get more detail on that community. Let's see. Shin, hi, how are you? It's really good to see you. Vix says I'm a moderator. Who knew? Vix, wait. Vix, do you want to be a moderator? Vix, you don't even Twitch. Turtle says, but if you can't swing the sword around here, how are mods supposed to do their job? And then Grog, check your Twitch DMs. Opting out says if you try to infringe upon the natural rights of swords to be free, you get given a sword. This makes no sense. Opting out, when have I ever made sense? If people demanded sense out of me, they wouldn't be here. I mean, honestly, do I make sense? Do I make sense out of anything ever? How long have you been hanging out here and you haven't figured that out yet? Yeah, Vix doesn't know how to Twitch. Yeah, no. Jane says, am I allowed to gently wave my sword or no? You are allowed to gently you wave your sword for sure. Oh, perfect. Oh, thank you. In fact, hold on. Let me just throw. Hold on. I'm also going to just very quickly, because this is a nicely, easily composed thing that I can just throw into my commands after stream. Thank you for that, Trini. I appreciate that. Nether, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. And thank you for the follow, Matthew. I appreciate it. Okay. Nether says if you get change for $1, you make loads of sense. I called you a genius once for a pun. You're not allowed to. No, yeah, you are. Attorney says you're going to be getting it back. I figured. Yeah, no, we've been very well taken care of in the lead up to this con, so I'm sure all of that stuff will be coming. But this way, because I keep seeming to want to tease it, that we'll just have something to put in there for for whatever. Opting out says making no sense is consistent with my character and thus very sensible is a very 4 years of international law answer. Thank you for recognizing that. I'm very proud of myself right now. And Matthew Vick is here. Well, we're very glad that you're here and welcome. Oh, there's a whole thing. Okay, good. Nether says I'm already got my hair refreshed today. I think I saw a picture of that somewhere. Where was I that I saw a picture of that? Anyway, I saw a picture of that somewhere. Yeah, it looked good. I don't think I responded to that post, but I did see it. And yeah, good stuff. Let's see. Yeah, they're just saying no, I'm allowed to make sure you're right. What kind of candy are we making? We're making Pop Rocks. We're not making Pop Rocks, though. We're just literally standing here and chatting at each other. Okay, so we do have to do that, though. We do have to do that because we just have to do that. We have to make Pop Rocks. Vix is completely random. I'm rereading through Berserk. Reading it originally with the little books, but now I'm collecting the leather-bound collections. Very nice. What is that? Vix, what is that? Watching from Tucson, Arizona. Heck yeah. Awesome. Wait, we have a friend who's from Tucson. We actually have a friend called Tucson who I think is also from Tucson. Thaddeus needs help deciding tacos, Thai, or Korean. You can actually redeem. Oh, wait, no, you can't because you're out of points. Never mind. You can actually request that a poll be put in chat if you would like to do that in order to decide what you have for dinner in a pseudo-scientific way. You could do that. Journey says the urge to drop an image of tropical pop rocks in your Discord was very strong. Don't resist the urge, Journey. There are very few urges that people need resist around here. I mean, it's true, but also it isn't. So be reasonable and responsible with that statement. Oh, Grog says Korean tacos. I've made Korean tacos. They're amazing. Also Szechuan tacos, which are very good. Also Thai tacos, frankly, if that's a thing. Vix will have to show you sometimes. Such a great series. Cool. Oh, that Tucson guy is me. Okay, you're back. Hi. With a new name. Hi, hello. Nether says they remembered the joke I made. Yeah, you did. They got the mustard out. Yeah, that was you. Oh, okay. Vix has redeemed a poll for you. What should Thaddeus have for dinner? Korean tacos, General So, or Taco Bell? Oh, wait. I think that might be... maybe that's for Vix's dinner. I'm not really sure. Thaddeus, this taco place does a fusion, but doesn't do it justice. Mexi-Asian fusion is one of the best. Yes, it sure is. And where I am, we have some really, really good ones. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh no. Okay. Dirtle says, Dear Mrs. Fireheart, it has come to our attention that you recently offered to provide swords to members of the general public. Under the Weapons Definition Class Act of 19-3, swords are classified as very dangerous weapons. We have found no evidence of your holding a license to sell weapons. Therefore, we must ask you to please and insist. Otherwise, we'll be forced to invoke in Dublo Pro Rio Clause XOXO Dirtle Birtle Law Frim. Help. Jack in the Box tacos. Ooh, okay. I don't think I've ever had Jack in the Box tacos. We don't have Jack in the Box here, unfortunately. In fact, I don't think I've ever had Jack in the Box ever, even when I lived in a place that had Jack in the Box. All right, some random geek says, well, I just learned I need to count 700 different materials that I didn't count before. Sadly, inventory still isn't done. You've been working on that for months. I'm so sorry. Okay, right, but we are making Pop Rocks. So I am going to take 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. We are 100% doing this. We're doing this. I'm not going to allow myself to be distracted. We're just going to, we need to literally measure like 2 ingredients. 1.5 teaspoons is half a tablespoon. So we're going to do half a tablespoon. I'm not looking at my chat. I'm not looking at you gremlins. I'm measuring baking soda. And then I'm measuring citric acid. How much citric acid? 1/4 cup. I'm not looking at chat. You guys are just going to have to entertain yourselves briefly while I do this, because otherwise we're never going to finish this today. And I really want to make Pop Rocks. That's the whole point of streaming this today. Okay, so I have leftover citric acid from making cheese. And I thought I could keep it. But like, there's a limit to the amount of cheese that I can make for my lactose-free household, okay? Grog can't eat it. So if I make cheese, then I have to eat all of it. And last time I failed to eat all of it. So we're just not going to make cheese for a while. So, and if we do, we have a place to now get citric acid and have instructions and we know what to do. So we're going to measure out 1/4 cup of citric acid. I'm still not looking at chat, so you guys might as well talk to each other. Don't talk to me. That's... I mean, this is chemistry, right? This probably should be, like, fairly accurate. There we go. All right. That's 1/4 cup of citric acid that I just bought at our baking supply store. It was $6.50 for 96.4 ounces. No, grams. 3.4 ounces. We are going to... Oh, now I understand why it wants us to gently mix them. Because if you vigorously mix them, you're probably just going to get powder everywhere. And nobody wants that. So we're just whisking together baking soda and citric acid. Okay. Now I can read chat. All right. Okay. All right. Hold on. Right. Okay. Cherney is lurking for prep. Absolutely. Thank you for popping in. It's always really good to see you. And thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk about the con. All right. Grog says, I've had Jack in the Box. It's actually worse than Roy Rogers, and Roy Rogers isn't good. Thaddeus says, I used to have to survive off those 50-cent topping tacos. Opting out says, I usually find Durdle's layering to be top notch, but calling anyone here part of the general public is very unfair to the general public. Greg says, quick, we can all swing our swords while she's not watching. Never mind, you're no longer being offered a sword, Greggy. You have successfully dodged the bullet of actual responsibility. Alpine says, the general public would be lucky to be us. I agree. I agree with that statement. Jane says, gently waves sword because I'm a rule follower. Jane, I love you. Oh my God, where did that pickle come from? Oh my God, who is this? This person is live. If I open this, this is going to play. I don't want it to play. I just want to... Help. Oh, I can just do it from here. Amazing. I love that. I love that for me. I just followed that person because of that emote. Hopefully this is a nice person, Thaddeus. Hopefully you're not leading me astray. Okay, Durdles is what rank of the public you reckon we belong to? Admiral public? Lieutenant public? I think we're Commodore public. That's what they call me in Fortnite. They call me the Commodore. That's my war name. Is that right? Yeah, war name. I'm the Commodore. So y'all are the Commodore public. Viggs has talked to Leah. Psh, I come here for everyone else in chat. What, so do I, honestly. Opting out says, other than honorably discharged public. He's chaotic, good luck. All right, okay, cool. We'll try it. Yeah, Grog says your client has been fed. Your client has definitely been fed. Durdle says, deal. By the powers vested in me by God and anime, I declare us all part of the other than honorably discharged public. You may now kiss the bride. I don't think, Durdle, I don't think you're allowed to wed all of chat as a lawyer, but I guess you're the lawyer and you'd know. Gareki says, your corn name, isn't that Colonel? Oh no, Colonel. Oh no. Thank you, Grog. Durdle says we're pleased to hear this and we'll take it into consideration for our next round of negotiations. Oh my god. That'll happen in like about 5 hours. Thaddeus is the fact that we didn't mess up enough to get dishonorable discharge. Like we couldn't even mess up correctly. No, that's good. You don't want to mess up correctly in that context. Okay. I combined my baking soda with my citric acid. Clip your candy thermometer. I'm not clipping my candy thermometer to anything. We have this one. We have this like Thermapen Javelin Pro situation. We're going to use that. But that's ready to go. That's not a big deal. Okay, so large heavy bottom saucepan. How much liquid are we talking here? 2 cups of granulated sugar, 1/3 of a cup of corn syrup, and 1/3 of a cup of water. So that's 2 1/3 cups. Okay, so we should be able to use this one. We shouldn't have to use the big enormous one. Let me put this down here. I need a cup measurement for our sugar. So this is just granulated sugar, 2 cups. 1. 2. And then we're going to get 1/3 cup of water. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. Let me use this. I know you guys can't see me right now. I promise I'm still here. Just filling up a thing here. Okay, 1/3 of a cup of water, which we're going to pour in very slowly and not splash the sides. And then corn syrup, 1/3 of a cup of corn syrup. Grog says, 5 minutes, given that he's still whining. He is indeed still whining. Of course, Chester's still whining. He's probably been fed way too little. 1.9 ounces of dog food, 0.3 ounces of green beans, 0.5 ounces of water, standard evening rations. Opting out says, Leah, don't wave swords around in the house. Also, Leah, I have this sharpened thermometer. I'm going to wave it. Hey, the sharpened thermometer is not going to cause any damage to life, limb, or property. I'll have you know. This is disgusting. Corn syrup is disgusting. Turtle says, what is this ounces you're adding to Chester's food? Sounds like a dangerous substance. That's true. Dirtle's in Switzerland. I don't think Dirtle speaks ounces. You might have to translate it into grams. Night Captain Andrew says, well, left 4 leftover containers have been replaced with 2. Had some leftover ranch-style beans, refried beans, cheese sauce, and tomatoes and onions. Threw them all in a pot. Added some diced ham for flavor. Cooked some rice. Had beans and rice for supper. Now I have a leftover container of bean mixture and rice. That sounds terrific. That actually sounds really good. Thaddeus says, okay, Twitch worked, saw the poll. Time to go accomplish the task. All right, well, what did we decide? What is Thaddeus having for dinner? I'm nosy. I want to know. Opting out says the sword isn't going to cause damage to life, limb, or property. Sometimes. Have you seen the size of our house? Opting out. We live on a 2nd floor, 2-bedroom condo. Trust me, if you swing a sword in here, you're going to hit something. Oz is Australia. He added Vegemite. I don't think we can get Vegemite here. Thankfully, because y'all would probably make me eat it. Okay. Pole said Korean. I love Korean. You know, as soon as you're like back to actually feeling fully better, we should get Korean food. We should get Korean fried chicken. Actually, depending on how things go on Thursday. So on Thursday, you guys, it's carnival season, right? It's Mardi Gras. And the actual like Mardi Gras day is next Tuesday. But then we're gonna have a bunch of king cake left over. So we're gonna make king cake on Thursday. And in theory, potentially jambalaya, but I don't know if Grog's going to be up to the spice of jambalaya on Thursday. So we might not do that. We might just do king cake. I'm not really sure. Turtles is speaking of Switzerland. It's past midnight again, meaning the Cinderella clause comes into effect. Have a lovely time, everyone. See you soon. Good night, Turtle. I appreciate having you here, and particularly appreciate your particular brand of shenanigans. Sleep well, and we'll see you again soon. Gorecki says they do make Vegemite sachets. I'll see what I can do. No, you won't. No, you won't send me Vegemite sachets under any circumstances. Matthew says you can order it on eBay. You're not helping. Don't make me shake my finger at you. Turtle, Grog says 54 grams of food, 8.5 grams of green beans, and 15 milliliters of water. We'll see how I do with Trimix. Well, we're having, wait, next Tuesday. It is, yeah, it's next Paxi Day. Is that close? Yes, it is. It's Tuesday. Pancake Day is Tuesday. It's really early this year, like really, really early. It's super early. Grog says, but Gorecki, do you make Vegemite sandwiches? And and do you speak my language? Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna heat up this mess. Place the sugar, honey, and water in the pan. Stir to combine. Place the mixture over medium heat. I don't know that stirring to combine this is really gonna work. So let's go ahead and place it over medium heat. Yeah, you know, that's not really a great, like, instruction. Like, for the most part, we don't really want to touch this, I don't think. The corn syrup, for the most part, I think is going to keep it from crystallizing, and I don't think we want to do that. So we're just going to leave this alone to boil and hope that that goes well. We might end up stirring it with the spatula at some point, but, and actually, I'm not going to put the spatula in here because it turns out that's dirty. So let's get a nice little clean plate over here and use that as our spoon rest. Okay. Matthew wants to know what the difference is between Vegemite and Marmite. I don't know. I actually have no idea. Maybe Grog can Google it. Fix a stir to combine. Don't you tell me how to aggregate. I'm not. I promise. Okay, tropical punch. And it's gonna be red. So we're gonna grab our tulip red, which is here. And I'm gonna make sure that it's actually open, because I don't know if it is or not. No, it isn't. So there's a lot of difference. Oh, here, this one actually is open though. Are you still good? Yeah, you seem fine. There is actually a lot of difference in red food coloring. A lot of red food coloring actually tastes pretty bad. But what I found is that the tulip red that's made by this company, AmeriColor, doesn't taste as bad. And especially in something like this, it's not going to have an overwhelming flavor, or sometimes any flavor at all. Like if you're using it for like royal icing or something. I highly recommend more like like 1 drop of red, but mostly tulip red so that it gets really, really red, but without having the disgusting taste of a lot of really, really red food coloring, because red food coloring tastes bad. Gareki's Vegemite starts with a V. Okay, Matthew says Promite has continued to be manufactured and primarily sold in Australia. Like Vegemite, it's made from leftover brewer's yeast and vegetable extract. However, Promite achieves a sweeter taste through the addition of sugar. I don't know what Marmite is. Okay, Grog says internet/Google. Are Marmite and Vegemite the same? The two use different yeast extracts. Marmite uses barley, oats, and rye, while Vegemite uses wheat and barley. They also contain different amounts of B vitamins. Vic says red food coloring generally gives me an allergic reaction. Bet you can guess if that even remotely keeps me from cherry Slurpees. No? I'm guessing no. Right. Okay. So, progress from quite sandy to liquid. Once it starts bubbling, monitor the temperature. When the mixture reaches between 295 and 300 degrees, remove from heat. If at any point you notice granules of sugar sticking to the sides of the pan, brush them down with a slightly wet pastry brush. That almost never works, just so you know. Immediately stir in the baking soda and citric acid mixture and the food coloring, and also the flavoring we're going to add then. Because I feel like something that's just sugar and popping is not going to taste very good. So we're going to use some of this stuff. This stuff though is very, 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 very incredibly concentrated. And we only want a little tiny bit. So we're going to have to figure out how to get a little tiny bit because I thought I had an eyedropper and maybe I don't. Also, I don't know where my scissors are. All of my scissors are missing. We'll use a knife. Correct. Haha. I know Vicks. Gareki says Vegemite is salty and savory. It tastes a little like a very concentrated miso soup somehow. Gareki says Marmite I haven't tried. Gareki, I'm pretty sure there is some there. Where you are now. Like immediately. Like you might not even have to leave the house. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to try to drop a drop. Like one little small drop. Smells very artificial. Opting else is if you do, you'll find it very much like Vegemite with the volume turned down a bit. Ah, interesting. Oh yeah, this is working. This is good. Okay. So now we can actually let this we can stir this just a little bit to combine it. Basically, we're just kind of trying to avoid sugar crystals in this. Cool. Yeah, so we're going to wait until it starts bubbling vigorously. Uh-oh, we only have 5 minutes. I don't think it's going to bubble within 5 minutes. And if it does, we're going to have problems. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm actually gonna go ahead and start our ad break a little bit early because I know that when this comes together, it's gonna come together fast. It's gonna come together hard. We're gonna have to work very quickly, and I don't want an ad break in the middle because I'm concerned that literally it will boil in 5 minutes, and then inside of the ad break we're gonna be done, and you'll have seen none of it. So let's go ahead and take the ad break now, and I will be right back in 3 minutes. Hello, everyone. Hello, Kamesy. It's so good to see you. I wasn't sure if we would lose you to sleep before I came back from my break, so I wanted to say hi. Grog asks, what is Chester dreaming of? Gamesy's Marmite and Vegemite taste mostly the same to me. And I don't think I've ever managed to stay up enough long enough for a break, and this is excellence. Opting out says Chester is dreaming that he ate Pop Rocks and soda, and now he has superpowers. Des is unlurking. Good, welcome back, Des. I hope your food is delicious. Grog says I've never had Vegemite or Marmite. I've been curious, but never curious enough to actually try the stuff. I will give you guys a sneak peek. We're gonna be trying some things if we hit our charity goals during the streamiversary that is going to be occurring on March 1st. I'm going to be raising money for World Central Kitchen on March 1st. And we're going to have some goals. Tasting largely the food products of Wales, because not only is it my streamiversary, it is actually St. David's Day. And I have conveniently placed Welsh folk in my life who can send me Welsh delicacies. We'll call them delicacies, maybe delicacies ? And we're going to try some of them. Assuming y'all raise the appropriate number of funds to unlock those goals. It's gonna be interesting. Casey says you might lose me to sleep soon, but I'm fighting to finish a work thing. Okay. Grog says we had lava bread eggs before, but that was good. It was good. Yeah. And maybe one of the things that I don't remember I don't remember the things on the list actually, but we can find out. Right. So we're going to go ahead and test the temperature. Oh, that we need 295, between 295 and 300. We're at 260 roughly, 255. So we're going to just stand here and wait for this to come up to 295, I think. Or not, because that might take a while. So let me just wipe that off. So we're going to let that boil for a little bit. Alpine says Welsh delicacies, cheese on toast. You can guess all you'd like. Some of the things there's absolutely no way you're going to come up with what we have decided to do. Because of things that I got sent in the mail. Yes, yeah. I have had, we've had rarebit, but Leah has had it more recently than Grog, because there's really no substitute for that amount of cheese for Grog. Also, what do you mean rarebit? I want it. What? Oh, because it's rare. Yeah, we're pushing the pun button. Yeah. So yeah, I would love to have that, but I cannot. So, I mean, we could, but only I could eat it. Grog would not be able to eat it. That's just going to be chaos and nonsense. I can already tell. The first is going to be chaos and nonsense. But at least it will be for a good cause. Right. Okay. So let's test this again. Where are we at? We're doing well. We are at 275-ish. Okay, 20 more degrees. So we've got just a little bit more time. So it seems to be going up 15 degrees every little bit here and there. So, okay. So we can watch a little bit of chat and then rare bit, not an intentional pun. I don't know what it is outside of context, but it sounds good. It's like white cheese sauce on toast with more cheese. But it's really, really good. It's really, really good. Like, I think it has Worcestershire sauce in it. Worcestershire sauce and cheese and stuff. It's yummy. Yeah, it's really, really yummy, actually. It's one of the things that sometimes I kind of like look up and I'm like, maybe I'll just do that for myself for lunch. More Chester sauce. More Chester sauce. Yes. I don't know. Worcestershire sauce. You know, like the stuff that you put in steak sometimes or meatloaf. Every once in a while I remember how to say that correctly, and I say it correctly. For the most part, I have to think through calling it what it's supposed to be called, which is Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce? I could be wrong. But no, generally around here we just call it Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Yeah. It was the best of shires. It was the worst of shires. Yes, worst Chester sauce. Wait, all Chester sauce? All Chester sauce is good Chester sauce? Wait. I'm going to measure my temperature again. I'm just going to keep myself out of trouble by measuring boiling hot sugar. I'm just going to stand here with my thermometer and my pot and pretend that I didn't say anything. All right, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. We're perfect. This is perfect. Here we go. Turn off the heat. Okay, now we're going to turn off the heat, stir in the baking soda, citric acid, and food coloring work until everything is combined as the candy is going to begin to set. Okay, so let's take this and this and this. Okay, here we go. And then food coloring and a drop of food stuff, whatever. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Whisk, baby, whisk. And then here we go. Pushing. Hold on a second. I'm gonna need to put all of this very quickly in this pan. Here we go. It's a little stripey, but it's fine. It doesn't have to look perfect because we're just going to be breaking it up when it sets. All right. See, I told you guys that that was going to come together quickly. Now you see why I didn't want the timer. Like, now you guys see why I didn't want the ad to be going, because you would have just missed all of it. Okay, so we're just going to spread this out. Okay, this is not working. This is not working for me. Let's do this in a different way. Let's do this in a little bit of a different way. Where is my offset spatula? Here it is. Okay, so let's just do this. Whee! And I think we want to get this into as thin a layer as possible, basically, is my point. I think we kind of want this to be like as spread out as possible so that they're not like enormous pieces of popping candy. But we're making more of a mess than we are not making a mess at this stage. So let's just accept that this is our fate and leave it here. Okay. That's sticking to the side of the pan a little bit, but it'll be all right. Okay. It smells like tropical in here. Okay. Okay. What? Steph says, "Where's your sister sauce?" Grog says, "Important safety tip: do not touch the hot sugar. It is worse than lava." Kamesy says, "Leah is still spicing in the brain." Leah is never not spicing in the brain. That's my secret. That's what lava is. Volcanoes are delicious, just that nobody can find that out. Again, just winning at foods. It shows you haven't tried obsidian yet. Tasty, tasty obsidian. Des is what if I want enormous pieces? Des and Dez's sweet tooth. Guruki says, "Make one the size of a jawbreaker and put the whole thing in your mouth." An everlasting pop rocker. Yes, yes, Blue. Sweet, sweet, sweets. Hi, Blue. Hi. Can we get a thank you, Grog? I was just gonna say, can we get a shout out for Blue? I was watching Blue play Dragon Age Origins last night before I had to go to bed. Blue is one of those lovely, warm, welcoming people who nurtures community and makes everyone feel like the absolute most important thing in their world whenever you see them. And if you ever are feeling, well, Blue, drop Blue a follow and go hang out there, because I don't think you can be sad and be there. I think you would for the moment, for one blissful moment, feel like everything might just be okay if you go hang out there. Right. So okay, so let's read this. Let's see what we got there. Okay. Sprinkle the top of the candy with the remaining citric acid and baking soda. I have remaining citric acid and baking soda. 1/4 cup plus 2 teaspoons citric acid. Okay, yeah, we fucked this up. Whoops. Okay. Okay, this is okay. We're okay. Let's do 2 teaspoons of citric acid. Okay. 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 Yeah, sure. Right. Fine. How much baking soda though? Maybe it's a lot less baking soda to a lot more citric acid. 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. Let's use like an 1/8. This is fine. This is fine. We're fine. This is fine. How bad could this be? All right, we're going to sprinkle it over the mixture. Work quickly as the candy will begin to set. Okay, so we're going to sprinkle this over and hope that we didn't wait too long and that it doesn't stick. I think it's going to stick. I think it'll be okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Good to know. Don't worry if your candy layer looks uneven or ugly in the pan. It appears speckled by spots of sugar or citric acid. You'll be literally crushing it in the next step. Okay, the candy will set rather quickly, between 20 minutes to an hour, depending on the heat and humidity in your kitchen. Break off a corner. If it's brittle and breaks easily, you're ready to move on to the next step. Okay, let's set a timer for 20 minutes. And go back to our nonsense and shenanigans. Let's see. Vic says, I think blue and I could jive. I think I agree with that. Yeah. It's true. Blue is very comfy. Yeah. Opting out says, would you use the word wholesome here? For blue? Absolutely. For here? I'd have to think about that. Alice is assholesome. Yes. Alice says, I have no idea what we're talking about. I just wanted to say that. And some random geek is silently lurking. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's always nice to have you here. Mom says, if you hear this is how Willy Wonka got started. Forgot to hold out the citric acid and baking soda. I mean, it's just like a little amount. I don't really understand why it says divided. I'm so confused. 1/4 cup plus 2 teaspoons citric acid divided. Oh, is it only supposed to be the citric acid and not the baking soda? Whatever. Okay, fine. You know what? I think it was supposed to be just the citric acid. So that would have been okay. All right, well, whatever. It's fine. Okay, so it might just be a little bit salty, but whatever. Break the candy into large shards to make it easier to handle. Transfer it to a large freezer bag or divide it between 2 bags. Force out any extra air and seal the bags. Oh, gently roll we're not going to freeze it. I see. Gently rolling a rolling pin over the candy mixture to crush it. Okay, we can do that. Hopefully in 20 minutes. It's not very humid in here. It is, in fact, winter. It is nice and warm. So I guess we'll just see how long it takes for it to set. Opting out says, I mean, sometimes you just have to go with those urges. And Alice says, that's pretty much how streaming works in a nutshell, right? Yes, it is 100% how streaming works in a nutshell. Basically, yes, Alice is just deleting that filter that keeps you from vocalizing every unhinged thought. I feel like that goes both ways. Like I feel like some of the things I have to like check myself before I wreck myself. And some of the things I have to be like, okay, saying that is terrible and embarrassing, but it will make people laugh. And so I'm just going to say it anyway. And those are usually good moments. Like those moments where I hesitate and then decide to say it anyway, those are usually good moments. Not all of my impulses are like that. Where this thing is stinky. Oh no. I tipped over the flavoring. So now everything smells like tropical in here. That's okay. So I just wasted like $2 worth of flavoring. Let me not tip over the red food coloring though. I'm just going to wipe that up with a paper towel because at least it isn't peppermint or something horrible. Like I once bought strawberry candy flavoring for a recipe, And it was so disgustingly strong. Like, I kept it, but I couldn't really, like, use it for anything else. I was just like, wow, that's just a lot. So yeah, I just tipped over the flavoring. But it isn't like peppermint or something, which is great, because if I were to tip over peppermint in my kitchen, I would have a headache for weeks. Whew. Okay. Right. Let's do a little bit of cleanup here. Just a little. Because some of these things will be easier to manage if they are soaked. Before the candy sets. There we go. All right. There's a little bit less mess. Whew, okay. Corey says mint is bad. Peppermint is very strong. I remember a food show where the peppermint was stored in an airtight vault for safety reasons. Oh my gosh, really? I've never stored it in an airtight vault, but... But yeah, I do, there are a couple of recipes that I have that call for like that really strong peppermint extract. I have to be really careful, especially when I'm baking. Like I can't do that with like any kind of a headache. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about like the really strong mint scent that will like sometimes kick off like a migraine for me. It's very weird. Oh, industrial candy level. Okay, yeah. I had some of that too. Some of the little tiny one like this, like the one that I just spilled all over the kitchen. Thankfully, the tropical punch is not as strong. Like it's not as strong of a scent, which is great. Now that I think about it, though, I'm kind of glad we didn't do the lime, because that can sometimes, like the really strong citrus scent, sometimes that can also set me off. Not very often, but every once in a while it can be a little too much. There was peppermint in the B&Z kitchen. I removed it for safe and sanity reasons. Yeah. No, yeah, cuz Xantos is allergic to mint. That's like really bad. Goreki says on a cellular level, mint scent particles get right in the back of your nose and swing their swords around like popping candy. Yeah. Xantos says this is delicious but bad for me. Also, hi. I know you were here, but you've been lurking. All the headache. Oh, really? Oh, is that the problem? It causes a headache. Interesting. Yeah, see, it doesn't always do that for me. And eating it isn't the problem. It's smelling it. And like natural mint, I never have that problem with. Like actually just like mint plants or like mint in a drink or something is fine. It's that fake peppermint that can sometimes do it. So like those red and white peppermint candies or candy canes. Like one of the recipes that I make at Christmas time sometimes involves crushed candy canes, and so you like take candy canes and you bash them with and that can sometimes give me a headache. Alwise's extract notes the early symptom / warning: mint, menthol, and large quantities of fruit juice. Interesting. I had no idea. That's really interesting. But at least you know what the triggers are, so you can avoid them. That's really good. My problem with my recent spate of headaches has been not being able to figure out what the triggers are. It's just so strange. Like, initially last month, I thought it might be hormonal, right? But like, we're there at that point again, and I haven't had any headaches. So, and I would say there would be like maybe a stress component, right? Except that except that the last 2 weeks have been pretty stressful and I haven't had any headaches. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Extended smell exposure to mint will always also do it. It also makes aspirin-based meds act weird. Really? Huh. That's a really interesting allergy. Although I have to say, everyone that I know who has like really serious, intense allergies, it's weird, right? It's weird. There's something weird about it. I've talked about this on the channel before because every once in a while, especially in the spring, I avoid certain foods. Because it seems to me that because I don't know if we've ever really talked about the details of it before, but there's a profile of different kinds of carbohydrates that are abbreviated as FODMAP, FODMAP, and those are each an initial for a different type of carbohydrate. That to some degree are typically poorly metabolized by everyone, but for people with IBS, sometimes those specific carbohydrates can be a particular trigger in addition to other things. One of the things that I have found is that typically in the spring and summer, when like allergy season is the worst, exposure to too much garlic, onion, and healthy vegetables. So like the dark green vegetables. So if I eat a salad that is like garlic, onion, and like kale or something, plus squash, almost guaranteed meltdown, almost guaranteed digestive meltdown. In the winter, it's not as bad, but like there's something about like the way that the allergy things like interact that I feel like for most people who have like food allergies or food intolerances, like there's something weird about it, right? Okay, Xanto says since the main component of aspirin is salicylic acid, which is what the bad thing is in mint, menthol, fruit, etc. Oh, also willow bark and pine needles. Interesting. Okay, Kamesy says work done. Time to fall asleep. Kamesy, thank you for popping by. It's really good to see you. And thank you for your stream earlier. I was really enjoying hanging out. I did talk a little bit, but I was really hanging out. I was really enjoying hanging out there quietly and getting things done. And I appreciate you so much for spending that time with everybody. But sleep well. I'm glad you got all your work done, and we will see you again sometime soon, I'm sure. Good night. Okay, Garegi says human bodies, immune systems, brain chemistry, etc. are the stupidest, most beautiful, ridiculous, fascinating thing. Yes, yes, it is. Yeah, I don't really know why stuff is the way it is. I do know that the other weird thing about it is that I do know that when we lived in the UK, right? So we lived in the UK in 2019 and 2016. When I came back to the US is when I really noticed it. And so I don't know if it's something about like US based industrial food production, because this was also UK pre-Brexit. And so they were subject to all of the EU regulations surrounding what you could and couldn't do with food. And so that was interesting too. And I think I don't think it was so much the like returning to the US that like did it so much as what I thought was the case. I think it was that because I hadn't been exposed to certain things very much in the previous 6 months, that when I came back and started eating like a normal American again, I had a complete digestive. I mean, I went completely off the rails. I went and saw my doctor. I saw a dietitian. It was just like I did a whole elimination diet. It was a whole thing. Sandra says my biology is a jerk, throws rocks at it. I please don't throw rocks at yourself. No, I understand what you're saying. And yeah, it is. It's really annoying. I mean, the key is to like to figure out how to hack it, right? Like once you figured out how to hack it, then you're like, okay, I can avoid the things that suck and at least, or avoid the things that suck when they suck. And then, you know, whatever the parameters are. But it sucks that it takes so much trial and error. It's just awful. Right. Okay. How much time do we have left on this? 6 minutes. I noticed when I put the stuff in, oh yeah, that's not hard. When I put the stuff in the sink, it actually hardened up pretty quickly. I'm going to do a bakery trick here. Let me just move. There's something, my dish tub is here. I'm actually going to move this onto the metal cart because this will make it cool faster. So hopefully we can actually like break this up in 6 minutes. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. Mom says my allergist says that changing geography is a known trigger. Same happened to me when we relocated to the SF Bay Area in 2002. Grog says you're allergic to San Francisco. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. But I didn't realize that. I didn't know that. I just assumed because I mean it is definitely a thing that like UK and US, at least at the time, I don't know that it still is, food production was handled terrifically differently. So yeah. So that's actually what I assumed. But if it's just geography, then that wouldn't have helped anyway. It wouldn't have mattered where we moved. Which is fine. Yeah, I am not optimistic about this. I think we might end up having to... Let me think about this. What are we going to do? Because, like, it's still... Like, the problem is, number one, it's still warm, right? And it said 20 minutes to an hour. And had I actually, like, done this on time, it would have been plausible. But like, not only is it's still warm, but it's still, I don't know if you guys can see this, but like it kind of bounces back. It's like pliable, right? Like you could like mold it into shapes. Which is also an interesting thing to do with sugar. I have done that. I've made like sugar spirals around things and like sugar domes and stuff. It's a lot of work. And also that's the time when so funnily, a story time. The last time I recall working with hot sugar, I was making a Dobos tort, which I gather is Austrian. I think it's an Austrian dessert. It's like a layered cake thing with different kinds of frostings and different kinds of cake. And it's like a big fancy, like European dessert. Okay. One of the things that I wanted to do for Christmas, we were doing this for Christmas, is I wanted to do some like sugar decorations to go on top of it. Like I was really into like really fancy pastries. So I was trying to do really fancy pastry chef things, right? And one of the things that you had to do is you had to like pull the sugar out and like coil it around thing. It was a whole thing. It was fun. It was really fun. But in order to test whether the sugar was ready, in my fog of figuring this out, I stuck my finger in the sugar, in the boiling hot sugar. Don't do that. To see if the sugar was still hot enough. Don't stick your finger in boiling hot sugar. This is how I know that boiling hot sugar is the approximate temperature of lava. It's really bad. Yeah. Grog says, hence my earlier warning about hot sugar. It's not that I've never done anything stupid in the kitchen. It's just I did most of the things that I've done that were stupid in the kitchen before I started my Twitch channel. Greg says your corn syrup levels dropped, and then it was reintroduced. Your body was like, no, cane sugar, come back. Yeah, yeah, maybe that was it. Hungarian, according to the Googles. Right. Hungarian. That's what it is. But wait, isn't Austro-Hungarian? Isn't that a thing? Wasn't that like a whole empire? Wasn't there like a war fought over that? Anyway, so yeah, that was fun. I should still have pictures of that somewhere. I'll have to look and see if I can find a picture of it because it was a really fun. That was a fun project, making little sugar spins. Although I don't think I actually have a picture of the sugar spins because the sugar spins didn't turn out as nice. The sugar work requires some practice, I would say. Like getting it to exactly the right temperature and being able to like work fast enough to also make it pretty enough to like, anyway, so it's a whole thing. Grog says Austro-Hungary hasn't been a thing for over 100 years. Grog, how often do you think traditional European desserts change form? Grog says there was a problem because a guy named Archie Duke shot an ostrich because he was hungry. I'm pretty sure that's not quite right, but you're the history expert. Opting out says Hungary is indeed the Austria of a little to the east. And Craigie says along the same line though, sealing wax is not skin safe. Don't stick your finger in that either. I'll keep that in mind. So like you're supposed to use the seal and not like your thumb, for example, to seal it. That's good advice. Although I don't think I've ever done. Oh, you know what I have done with sealing wax though? I used to work for a winery, and one of the things that we used to do routinely was the already bottled dessert wines got sealing wax over the top of them because that was just like the way that they did it. It was like artistic and, you know, I don't know, whatever, small batch stuff. So, and we would have to like dunk the thing. So in theory, I could have maybe gotten sealing wax on myself, but I don't think I ever did. I think that was just like something I've never done to myself, thankfully. Opting out says you need to pun at Grog at least once, if not a few times for that one. There was a problem because a guy named Archie Duke shot an ostrich because he was hungry. We're gonna push the pun button because I kind of hungry is like gonna be Hungary, but I don't know. Beyond that, I don't know. So we're just gonna push it once. I might have to give pun powers to VIPs so that all of you people who are smarter than me, who have pink diamonds by your name, can like hit the pun button when you guys make puns. Okay. Let's check this. I don't think this is going to be ready in time. We might have to like break this up. We might have to break this. Okay, so it's better. It's better. And honestly, had I done candy instead of talking for most of stream, we would probably have finished this. But I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to get hungry. Hungary, get it? And actually, should we just do it? Should we do it? Can we do this? Is it gonna break? Or is it just gonna Okay, so it's gonna break. Okay, all right, okay. Okay, all right. Well, let's do this then. Let's do it. Come on, let's do it. Let me get some. Let me get up some big storage bags here, large freezer bags. More large freezer bags. Why are there so many boxes of large freezer bags in here? Do you know? Does it say 1 or 2 or what are we doing here? Large freezer bag or divide it between 2 bags. Okay, sure, we can do that. I mean, it broke, so let's do it. Shinji! Hi! How are you, friend? I saw you got a win after I stopped watching you. How dare you? Shinji's one of my Fortnite friends, among other things. Instagram friend. We're making Pop Rocks. Look at this. It doesn't look like Pop Rocks yet, but I promise it will. I can't believe it's breaking. This is great. This is great. I didn't think I was going to get to show you guys this, but now I am. I'm happy. What am I missing here? Grog says it was a Blackadder quote. Oh, okay. Well, meh. You bought a family pack bag. Oh, a family pack of freezer bags. I see. Okay, got it. This is so cool. I'm so excited. I can't believe we made homemade Pop Rocks. This is so cool. All right. We're going to seal up this bag. And we're going to seal up this bag. Are we squeezing the air out of it? Yeah. Force out any extra air. Okay. And then let's take... this and okay. I think probably fewer pieces in bags is better. I wouldn't try to do this in one bag. That's what I think. I think I wouldn't try to do this in one bag. I think that would be a bad idea. But doing this in multiple bags seems to be okay. Shinji says, I know right after the stream I got the win. No way! Really? Oh gosh, so nobody saw it. Okay, well then I'm glad I didn't miss it. Okay, I think we're actually just gonna do it this way, because this seems to work better. It's a little bit weird because, like, I feel like trying to break this up is gonna pulverize some of it, like, a lot. And some of the pieces are gonna be pretty big. And I feel like I don't have Des to give the big pieces to. So, although, I mean, I guess technically it's shelf stable. If it turns out good and we think it's fun, maybe I'll mail it to Des. Corey says, and then we put him in a bag, in a box, and we ship it to ourselves, and we smash it with a hammer. What are we talking about, Corey? I'm not smashing anything with a hammer. I'm smashing things with a rolling pin. This is so cool! I'm sad I didn't have time to do the gummy bears, but I kind of suspected that would be the case. The way streams have been going lately, I'm just like, okay, so things that take 20 minutes, because the rest of the 3 hours that we stream is going to be chaos and nonsense. Okay. We might break that up a little bit more, but let's try it. Alice says, you know, the thought never crossed my mind that Pop Rocks are made breaking a sheet of it instead of just making them at that size. Ash! Wait, Leah, don't know. Brilliant, 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 I tell you, genius. Wait, what? What's genius? Ricky says, or to save on postage? You could just poison him with it. What? Why do we even have that lever? What the hell? Gotti, hi. How are you? It's good to see you. I'm eating Pop Rocks. Look, we made Pop Rocks. Kind of. It doesn't work and it's disgusting. There's way too much citric acid in it and it's disgusting. Yeah, Pop Rocks like the popping candy. We just spent 3 hours doing this and it didn't work. It didn't work. It doesn't pop. I don't know if we did something wrong. Grog wants to try it. It doesn't work. It tastes like citric acid. It tastes like lemon. It's not even sweet. Like, I would say it's sweet and sour, but it's not even sweet. And it doesn't pop. Mm-mm. It didn't work. Opting out says, anyone just tuning in, you should take the spent 3 hours with a big grain of salt. Right. So apparently, no, so it's not, I don't think it's CO2. So apparently what they do is actually they use lactose, which I think is really interesting. We actually, Grog looked up what actually goes into Pop Rocks while we were making stuff. And they use a different process. So, Ash, I don't know that the answer is, or Alice, I don't know what the answer is, I don't know that the answer is that they break it up into like sheets. I suspect the industrial process is slightly different, not the least because that candy actually pops. And this one doesn't. So, it doesn't work. Oh, well. Okay, Gotti says CO2 is injected into the mix. Okay, well it didn't have us do that. I got this recipe off the internet, and I tried it, and it doesn't work and it tastes bad. So, there's that. Not everything works. Which is fine. That's not really the point of here anyway. I did say that we were going to be experimenting. And so now we know. Now that we know that this doesn't work. Maybe on ice cream, honestly, Kara, it's disgusting. It's really, really bad. It's really bad. I really wouldn't put this on anything, honestly. Like, I mean, the only thing that I might do is like, it's a little bit like you might, if you broke it up into like dusty dust, like super dusty dust, maybe like as a rim for cocktails, like if you were to combine it with sugar and do it as like a rim for like a lemon drop martini or something, that might be okay. But also you could just use sugar. And so why? Yeah, Ash says, I love the angel and devil on the shoulder. Shinji says poisoning Grog or no. I mean, Grog decides whether or not to poison himself. Greg says give it to trick-or-treaters on Halloween. Honestly, no, I would never do that to a child. And homemade treats tend to be frowned upon anyway. And we don't get trick-or-treaters. That is also true. Opting out says you didn't inject CO2 with your home CO2 canister that you have. I mean, in theory, that's a thing that you could do at home, I guess, right? Because there are those soda stream things. I don't know how they work, but like, I feel like the soda stream makers are probably going to be like, don't put hot sugar syrup into the soda stream thing. So probably that's not what they do. I don't know, but I don't have one anyway, so it doesn't matter. Garrus says, toss it in a mason jar, keep it in the freezer, and you'll have a pretty garnish for life. Oh, that's true. Yeah, and it does look pretty. You're right. It's vaguely pink. And it is very, very sour, I think is the big thing. Like, I'm glad we used corn syrup and not honey, for one thing. Because it's very, very sour. But yeah, if we were to make it into like powder, you could definitely rim drink glasses with it. That's true. And then I guess the other thing is that like it could be a really cool addition to. Oh, actually. Okay. So actually, all right. Okay. So I thought of something else. So, you know how, this is what I used to do at the bakery, okay? This is literally what I used to do, exactly what I used to do at the bakery, which is to say that if you were to do something like sprinkle a fair bit of this, maybe not chunks, but like if you were to sprinkle the powder on top of a donut with the powdered sugar glaze. Okay, so powdered sugar glaze on top of a donut, basically just milk or well, in our case, almond milk, but whatever, milk and powdered sugar, and dip a donut in it and sprinkle like this stuff over the top. That could be really interesting because that would make it actually probably taste pretty good. Okay, so we have some thoughts here. Jim says because the soda stream manufacturers are cowards. Hi, Jim Bitty Bim Bim. How are you? Jane says are we going to be the reason a new safety label is invented, are we? No, I'm not getting a soda stream. I don't drink enough soda. Yes, my creative juices are flowing. Yes. Gotti says I want to make those sugar things on sticks. I can't remember what they're called. We don't have them in the UK. Like rock candy. I've never done that either. We could try that though, if you wanted. I think I'm going to try to do some candy all month. I think that's the objective. We also have, I have these heart things, that we're going to use to make gummy hearts. And I think because we're going to try to do that next week. I also have that recipe for kettle corn. That is basically candy. It's popcorn with like a sugar syrup. And that's really, really good and really, really fun to do and only takes a few minutes. So we'll probably do that at some point one Thursday. So we've decided that February is going to be candy month. Easter's really early this year, and I know that people kind of usually have a lot of candy around Easter. Even if you don't celebrate Easter, the Easter candy tends to be pretty good, and so people buy it anyway. And then of course Valentine's Day, which is like candy central, right? So because I don't have a lot of experience in candy making, we're gonna try some things and see what we come up with. And maybe some of them will be good, and maybe none of them will be good, but at least we will have learned something, and that's the important thing. Grox says rock candy is easy. And some random geek says, I think we made rock candy as a family. Yeah, rock candy's easy. Gummy hards with sour crunchy bits. Oh, Kara. Oh, Kara. We could make Sour Patch Kids. We could make sour gummies. That would be perfect for that. Because that is exactly the right level of sour to make Sour Patch Kids. Yeah. Honestly, like throwing this in on top of kettle corn. I mean, not crunches again. Like I would pulverize it. We'd put it through the food processor probably. But even like kettle corn with a little bit of that thrown in there, because kettle corn's pretty sweet. I don't know. You're right. Now that the creative juices are flowing, we're probably not gonna be able to use all of that. But we might be able to use some of it for something else, because that did not work. Okay. Yeah. Tiny bits or dust. Exactly. Okay. So, but we did do the thing. So you got to see the whole thing, how all of it worked. And I would never do it again. So there we go. Right. So, I think that's going to do it for us, because I'm starting to get a little hungry, and I think I'd like to make myself some actual food, because yeah, hungry. First of all, however, let us quickly give some shout outs to our favorite of favorite folks. Grog, thank you, darling, for cleaning up all of the sugar mess, although actually it's not terribly bad today, and wrangling and feeding the dog and moderating the stream. Thank you. I appreciate you. Also, Des Dabbles. Des is currently getting very, very close to finishing the end of Dark Souls 1 Remastered. So Des is probably going to stick with that this week, I hear, until Des finishes it, which is bound to be jubilant. Des has been doing an incredible job with Dark Souls, and is kicking booty. So yeah, she's gonna probably finish that. Maybe this week. Maybe this week. And then also playing God of War Ragnarok. So if either of those things sound good to you, drop Des a follow and come hang out over there with us. Also, our dear Brigitte is currently busy this week, but is going to be returning to streaming. We hear the first Saturday potentially in March. There was something in the Discord, a little teaser in the Discord. So definitely drop Brigitte a follow and make sure that you head over there to check out her space. You may see some familiar faces over there from time to time. I'm just saying. And doesn't Grog often make drinks when you need a break in stream? He does. I think he might have an idea or two for the Pop Rocks. He might. Yes, I think it would be definitely good on a drink rim for sure. Alpine says, thank you for the lovely stream. I hope real food is great. Yeah, I have a strong suspicion that it might end up being Dino Nuggies again, I think. We have Dino Nuggies, so I might make Dino Nuggies. Also, thank you very much to Say My Jane, our newest moderator, who does not stream, and I do not yet have a shout out command for. But thank you, Jane. I really appreciate you agreeing to take on this responsibility and gently wave your sword around. Wow. Okay. No, you said it. I didn't, but somehow it sounded way dirtier coming out of my mouth than it does out of your fingers. So yes, thank you very much for moderating for me. I appreciate it. Now, yes, Jane hype, exactly. We'll do it. Well, at some point we'll do a Jane hype command. I have a notion. I have a thought about how to work that in. So, secret fun things. Blazing Man. Hi. Hello. Hi. How are you? What's going on? It's really good to see you. We are actually tying things up here, but it's lovely of you to pop in and say hi. Okay, so Right. What was I doing? Where am I going? What is the plan here? First of all, yeah, raid. We'll get there. Good morning, amazing lady. Good to see you too, as always. It's yes. We need to make proper foods. Yeah. We make proper foods. We got to raid. Okay. First of all, though, first. Okay. First of all, we tomorrow, as I said earlier in the stream, tomorrow we are going to be doing some co-working in the Discord around 10 a.m. Eastern time. If you are not yet in the Discord, you can join there. Y'all are all welcome. Yeah, so we're gonna do some productivity stuff. I'm gonna be working on some stream stuff. So if you guys also have stream stuff to do, you're welcome to come do that. Or if you're just like at work at your 9 to 5 and could use a little bit of company or background noise, you can come hang out with us there. I'm trying to do that once a week, mainly to just kind of like give myself a concentrated block of time to actually get some of the stream stuff done because I have heckin' to-do lists. Also, I am on Instagram and Threads, and I sometimes remember to post to those. Lately it's been mostly Fortnite clips, but you know what? Those are fun too. So you can follow me in either of those places if you are on either one of those platforms. I will be live again next on Twitch on Thursday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. We are going to be making, as I said, king cake, which is a New Orleans tradition surrounding Mardi Gras, which happens next Tuesday. If we have time, we may, and Grog's stomach is up to it. I may also make some jambalaya. So that may also happen. We'll have to see how the timing works out, but that's the plan. And then on Friday, I'll be back here with some Hades, which is always a good time. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. So let's go ahead and see who's live. And I can see if we can find somebody to raid. Ash says that's early. Shinju's gonna be there for streams so muted because of time and schedule. Yeah, of course, no worries. And then Kara says king cake has sprinkles on it. I could mix that into the sprinkles, but I don't think I'm going to. I have so many sprinkles. I have so many sprinkles. And because Grog can't have cream cheese, traditionally king cake will have a cream cheese filling often. Because Grog can't have cream cheese, I'm actually going to be doing a cinnamon filling, which is another traditional filling, but you don't see it as often as you do the cream cheese. And so where I'm going to be doing cinnamon, I don't think the fruity lemon thing is going to go great with cinnamon, so I'm not going to do that. But you're right. You are in theory correct. Okay, let us see. Twitch. Where are we? We are scrolling. Why is everyone changing their names lately? People keep changing their names. There's somebody here in my list that, like, I don't know who this is. Who is this person? Where did they come from? What is your name? Why are you here? Anyway, oh, your watchdog. Your watchdog is streaming. Oh, you know what? Okay, actually, you know what? My brain has like turned itself off, you guys. My brain has completely turned itself off. I think actually what I'm gonna do, oh, okay, never mind. Never mind. There was somebody that I had in mind, but I'm actually not gonna raid him, because I don't actually know what we're getting into there. My friend Joe is doing a bodybuilding competition in June. And I was like, oh, Joe's just chatting. I bet he's going to go into a game. But actually, no, Joe is getting bodybuilding posing lessons. And I'm not entirely sure what we're going to walk into there. So I think we're not going to do that. I think for now, I'm actually just going to say, Oh, wait. No. Okay. No. I have figured it out. Okay. So in theory, on Saturday, well, not in theory, on Saturday, this Saturday, for sure, this Saturday is Lunar New Year. Okay. It's Lunar New Year. I may or may not, I'm not entirely sure, be doing something with a friend, but this is this friend. And so this is what we're going to do. We're actually going to go ahead and raid Chef John. Because he is a delightful human being who has just recently actually returned to streaming from a brief time away because he was unwell. And so yeah, so let's go ahead and raid Chef John. He is this is in fact a mature age stream, and do take that seriously. There things get ribald in a very jokey way over there, but it is a good place, and it is very funny, and John is very funny. And I'm sure he would appreciate the company on his first stream back after his long break. So if you would have Chef John, Jane Henry knows him. He's cool. I like him. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that, but this is someone that I enjoy watching in the food and drink space. Someone who has been very lovely and supportive in terms of inviting me to do things and stuff. We haven't actually managed to get our act together to collaborate yet, but we're trying. So yeah, let's go ahead and reach Chef John. And thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for sitting with me while we figured out how to do pop rocks, kind of. And I will see you guys hopefully again on Thursday. That's gonna do it for me. Good night, guys. Bye.